In Zimbabwe. Welcome to Marawa TV, and we're going to be watching the game. I don't have a clue where you are anywhere around the world or anywhere around the country, and the Springboks obviously up against the All Blacks New Zealand. They always talk about it being two countries at war. Do you believe that is two countries at war? Well, we don't know. We're going to break it down. Lots of changes that have been made by both of the coaches. The big countdown as well is there as far as the Rugby World Cup is concerned. So, it's not going to be a repetition of what we saw last week in terms of just game approach. But, when it comes to individual duels, we'll chat about that. We'll talk football. We've got injured players that are going to be here joining us talking about rugby. A couple of rugby players are going to be doing Curry Cup duty as well, who will be joining us on InstaChat as well. It's interactive. As you can see, I've got gadgets and all sorts of things. So feel free, be part of the conversation, because that's what it is. We're just here in the backdrop. In fact, it's Zinke's home that we're in here in Zimbabwe. 31 degrees at the Fairmont Hotel, and the one is here. Good to see you, man. Welcome.
Hey, Rob, how are you?
I'm very good.
I'm good, thank you.
Yes, I love that jersey. Hey?
It's actually a golf shirt.
Is that the golf shirt?
Yeah, I would give it to you, but it's too small.
No, there will be a crop top for me. Crop top, so don't even worry about that. I mean, she's the vice captain, of course, Springbok, as you can see. She's not just wearing it because she bought it, she's earned it, she's worked hard for it. What are you expecting, though? I mean, here we are, nice and early, anticipating what should be a great game. Rivalry beyond measure between these two nations.
Yeah, Mr. Rob, you see, when you play against New Zealand, you always expecting something big. Obviously, South Africa also being the biggest team, and New Zealand, it's like us women when you play New Zealand, it's not going to be an easy game. But you saw the Springbok playing last week. It was, I wouldn't say it was quite a big performance for them, because I was speaking to Sky and he was telling me how they were playing individually, and with the New Zealand, you cannot do that, so you have to play together as a team, and you have to adjust, and you have to give it all that you have. So I think it's going to be quite a tough game, but I think South Africa is also well prepared. The coach has done a lot of job with regards to selecting the team and everything. So I'm looking forward to the game, and I think I've got the score already. I'm just going to give it to myself.
You've got the score?
Yeah, I'm just going to give it to myself for now. I don't want it to support Sky. I know.
All right, I'm going to hold on to that, because I'm going to get that score prediction, because she actually told me earlier that it is an accurate score prediction. So when somebody tells you that they've got an accurate score prediction, it means they've either consulted, they've actually, they've had a dream or something like that. Sky, the man born in Vryheid, same hospital where I was born, believe it or not. But he was born like in 1935. Sky, good to see you.
Thank you, man.
Are you strong?
I'm nervous. You guys are so chill, man. We're not playing Australia, guys.
Oh, you're just like Australian now, right?
It's not a rivalry anymore when we play Australia. It's a matter of how much we're going to win. But it's going to be hard.
Is that what you were telling the listeners on East Coast? Because I'm sure the build-up as well has been crazy on the radio station. You being in the forefront of sports, they've been hounding you on social media as well.
So I have this nice trait of being realistic and being patriotic at the same time. So my passing comment on Friday was, my head says New Zealand by 15, and my heart says South Africa by 2. Which
She's not agreeing to that. She's not giving us some predictions. I don't know how to predict.
We're going to push for that prediction to happen. We're just having, we're going to have Michael Morton.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. When at like almost midnight, and you're seeing a person that you're looking forward to watching in the first match of the season for AmaZulu, is hobbling around, and I'm like, Michael, what's going on here? Hey, you've messed up your knee, Michael Morton. What's going on?
Yeah, that comes with the territory, eh?
I thought you were going to say it comes with the age.
Yeah, that is my.
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, man, just a training ground incident. My knees.
doctor saying? I mean, is it a long-term injury?
MCL grade 1, grade 2. So it sounds bad, but apparently no surgery or anything. It's 4 weeks sort of worst case scenario.
Yeah. Have you had something similar before? Because I know you get kind of injury prone from time to time.
I think this will probably be the injury that will have kept me out the longest in my career. I don't think in my career I haven't missed more than 2-3 games from injuries.
So your first match, we're counting days now before the start of the Premier Soccer League season.
Yeah.
And you playing first?
Vit's first up next weekend, so it's a game that I like. Had pretty good success against them. I've scored 4 goals in my career, 2 against Vits. So.
None of them own goals though, eh?
Yeah, no, none of them. No.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That's the thing. Like, I've always wanted to know, when a footballer counts his goals, do you also count the own goals?
Yeah, you
subtract. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
net goal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on 3 net goals. So only one in the back of my own net.
But there's nothing better than having an injury whilst you're training. Because I remember the last time when I was last year when I was on tour, and then I broke my finger. Imagine, it's not even a game.
Yeah.
Then you break your finger and you're on tour, and you
Like
still
you
have like
wasted the
5
injury.
tests to play, and then you're just there as a tourist or something.
That is crazy.
I just want to say, in
It
rugby,
is.
when you break your finger, usually in training, it's when you drop the ball.
No, not big.
Oh,
It can be when
It's usually a knock-on.
Yeah.
I just want to say.
Oh,
or
I
it
see.
might be that you're just trying to save the ball that was down.
That's
and
why
then-
it's a bad pass.
Yes.
Let's
You can
see,
maybe
let's
put
see,
it
let's
that
see,
way.
let's see,
It looks really bad, eh?
Okay, so
no, it's actually
she's
this one.
she's got the long nails type thing. I was wondering, like, how does she?
No, not at all. I always
wander
keep
around?
them short.
Okay,
You
all right.
got- you
No,
always have-
great stuff. I mean, guys, let's quickly talk about this here because everybody was excited about the result against Australia. As we've said, changes that have been made. They decided to split the squad, have one already training for the Westpac match, and also the team that would travel also from South Africa moving forward. Was that the right approach, though, how Rassi is doing it? Because he knows that he's running out of time. A couple of players are starting to put their hands up in terms of selection for the World Cup. A couple of doubtful players. We saw remarkable Janch's performance on debut, scoring, man of the match performance. Do you think he's gone about it the right way for this one?
Rob, I think when you're about to approach the World Cup, there's players who has like minor injuries, or there's players who you need to save for the game, you know, but not necessarily to save, but you cannot, like, we don't want New Zealand, any other team to see what we really have for the game. So if you can put players that can actually perform and maybe beat New Zealand or perform against Australia like how we played against Australia, then there's no need for the coach to actually show what he has, because we also need, there's players who just have little bit of things there and there, of which we just need to save them a bit, so that when we come to the World Cup, then that's when we're able to perform, because New Zealand are very clever. Whenever we're going to play them, they analyze us as much as we can analyze them. So they will always look and see, okay, what's happening? Does South Africa have, how are their new Springbok players that are coming up, how are they? Are they performing good?
Yeah.
What do we need to do in order to actually get to how we're going to beat them?
You know what's a concerning thing about the whole taking 13 players across and not playing against Australia is that there's certain players who last played rugby probably just under a month ago.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense for the New Zealanders. They left 8 Crusaders players that played in a Super Rugby final and all that kind of stuff. But players like Dwayne van Meulen, Ebenezer that played last week, Stephen Kitsoff, they weren't involved in the playoffs, and so this is their first game in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. That's going to be interesting.
But in terms of team dynamic, and you guys would obviously know, it's the same with you, Michael, that if you haven't been part of a team, part of a coach's ideal, what Sky talks about is important, though, that when you come in, especially now when you're going to be playing against the All Blacks.
Yeah, no, momentum counts for a lot.
Yeah.
When you're feeling good and your combinations are running well, but when you're chopping and changing, it makes it challenging. But I do understand that we're building up to the World Cup, and they want to get time to everyone who's going to be playing in our World Cup squad. They need everyone to be ready. So I think we also need to look at this as preparation as well, as much as every game against All Blacks.
All Blacks preparation, South Africa.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of dynamic that you have to deal with, though, because as much as internally want it to be seen like that. Last time it was a 2-point differential between the two nations. Now you're saying, okay, but you got the guys that played last week. Can they up it? And if they are, who's it going to be? Is it going to be the old tried and tested?
Yeah.
Will it be another one putting their hand up and saying, you know, I want to make a difference. I want to lead as a Dwayne Vermeulen.
Yeah, look, Dwayne, there's certain players that you don't even have to ask. You know that you're going to get, like the Peter Steph Toys, the Dwayne Vermeulens of the world. You always get 100% for them. But in terms of the team that played last week and the team that's playing today, I thought Rassi was going to be a bit bold and actually start Hershey Yankees.
Yes.
Just for consistency. Because I'll tell you what, if this game goes to about 70 minutes and it's a 1-point game, it's going to be interesting if you put him into it. Yeah. But if you see how he played last week, I mean, that's...
So you're saying that get the momentum carried on to the next one?
I know Faf is there.
Yeah.
Faf is there, didn't play, but Hershey Yankees, like, I don't want to say proved any doubters wrong, but he had a game of his life.
Right.
Start him against the All Blacks.
Would you start those into... I hear what Sky is saying, though, that, okay, momentum is here, everyone's talking about it, but how do you also manage it? Because you don't want it to become too much. You've got Faf, we all know, and he's produced some brilliant performances as well in his appearances for the Boks.
I think the coach did pretty well with regards to balancing with the experienced player as well as the new players. Because if you look at the new players, they're actually really performing really well, and you look at the balance in terms of the old and the new. So I think with regards to that, he did quite well.
Yeah.
And I think he doesn't have to put almost the new players all the time. Yeah. You know, if that batch can perform at that time, then whatever he has at the bench, he can actually change and see what he can do with the substitutes.
And it's all about that kind of rotation as well. There's been so much talk, Sky, regarding you know, the brilliance of how New Zealand these days are utilizing their locks, for example. And I think today will be a massive test of that. Are South Africa lagging behind? Because everyone always sees New Zealand as the trendsetters when it comes to game approach, attack-mindedness, and we've seen the lock pairing again doing damage, and they brought the best two today. Yeah,
look, it's what they say they're the best two locks since Victor and Bucky's old Sam Whitelock and Brady Retallick.
Yeah.
And if you look at our locks, Ibn Etzebeth, 100% he'll be our number 4. But I feel like we're undecided for our number 5.
Yeah.
When everyone's fit, do we move Peter Steph to number 5 with Ibn Etzebeth and put Sia there, or is it Francois Mostad? Snyman, you know, that's very interesting in terms of that dynamic. But you look at the New Zealand team; they've also, it's a big game, but there's a lot of experimenting. I've never seen Burden play 50.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm very
fly
excited
half,
to see that.
fullback. How's it going to be?
Yeah, but also, is it a matter of experimenting, or is it a matter of saying, well, we've lost Mackenzie, Richie Moanga during Super Rugby was the best fly half. Everyone was like, he's got to start. And they've made the bold decision. And that's what they do well in New Zealand. Especially in the World Cup here, they're always, for some reason, I don't know how it happened, but there's always that one player who's having a dream season who goes to the World Cup and actually kind of wins it for them. You remember 2015, Nonda Skada.
Yeah.
He had the best World Cup ever. After that, we haven't seen him playing in France. And is that our Hershey Yankees? Is he our guy? You know, they have that game breaker who probably will not get more than 20 All Blacks cap, but he's peaked at the right time, and is going to the World Cup. I'm really excited to see Richie Moanga.
I will say Richie Moanga, when you look at Super Rugby performances, and that is what Coach was talking about, saying that you can't have a player with that top level performance within Super Rugby and then ignore him.
Yeah, and put him on the bench.
And put him on the bench. He says, if it means you've got to have the two best players, but having to tweak position, then let that be.
Yeah.
And it's done that. I mean, how bold a decision was that?
Yeah, I think it was, Rob. I mean, if both the players are talented and he can put both of them on the field, because, I mean, we have a solid bench, if I can say. So if they can both play together, and mind you, we play New Zealand, so the faster we put the points on the board, because we don't know what's going to happen second half. So we need to put them same time, and then from there, he's going to be able to change and see who he can put from the bench. Because the faster we get the points against New Zealand, because they don't play, they just come out fast, I'm telling you, and they're quick, their game is quick. So if we're going to leg first half and they're going to get points first half, and then we want to cover second half, then that won't happen. So rather we we stay with them first half, we try and get the points, and then
So
second
more
half. we could
tactical
just-
game, basically, in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing away, and again, from a leadership perspective, maybe, Michael, your feeling about, missing Asiya Kolisi's leadership in a situation like this here, and we saw him coming in as water guy, last week, which for me was an outstanding thing for a captain to do. What do you think about the leadership and actually missing a guy like him?
Yeah, he comes across as a very selfless individual. I really like the sort of the unity he's brought to the side. He always, whenever he's in his interviews, speaks about a unit, speaks about the team. And he looks like the type of guy that sort of puts the team before himself all the time. Like to have a character like that in the squad, even when he's not playing, he's instrumental in bringing the guys together. And that's why you see him wanting to be around the team in any capacity. And it's nice to see, and I think it's so important for the side as well. I think there are a lot of leaders in that team besides Sia, but it looks like he brings everyone together.
So Rob, I find it very interesting. They just did the haka.
Yes.
They have two hakas.
Yeah.
They have the kapo pango, the one where they go on one knee and smash the ground, and then they have the normal kamatai and stuff. And apparently, when they do the kapo panga, they do it against the most, not less feared, their biggest rival. It's a big game. And then they do the other ones for Australia, Japan,
Ireland.
They just did,
So are you saying
they just
that
did
they
the
know
ordinary
what they're
one.
gonna
They just did the normal one. I just want to say they just did the normal one.
Oh.
They didn't do the combo panga.
So
Not
is that,
taking us seriously today.
I don't know.
but what does that say? Yes, there was a stage where people were like, forget about these guys. They're not going to be featuring much. They're going through a terrible session overall. So do you think, is it a mind game thing?
I'm shocked. I was expecting the combo panga. So and they did the normal one and.
There's no throat.
Yeah, there was no. It was. I don't know if they're saving it for the World Cup or what, but I found that very interesting, and it's going to be a difficult one. But Zintle, just to get back to what you said about starting better at getting points on the board. Oh, look at that. Okay, the boys are pumped.
Yeah,
The boys are
I
pumped.
think that's the
It's
kind
gonna be
of
a
start
massive-
that you were anticipating,
Yeah.
maybe, Zintle, in the way you were saying that keep it tactical, but try get the points as early as possible. Look at where we are, and it's not even 30 seconds gone in the match.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you look at the two benches, if we don't have a 10, 15-point lead at half time, if you look at their bench, it's they got Dan Coles coming off the bench. They got Leonard Brown coming off the bench. They have Aaron Smith is on the bench. Imagine that. So their bench is gonna, like they always do, just elevate the game in the
And that
60th
last
minute.
20 minutes
Yeah, they
finish.
always do that.
Yeah,
That's
same
what
thing.
they do better than every team.
Also, Sky, we don't wanna. You see, like how they do. We don't wanna rush, so that we get tired, and then come second half, everyone is all tired now. So we wanna just, because we don't know. New Zealand always comes up with something new. You see, so at this point in time, they should be looking at how they playing their structure. And where they want to penetrate as South Africans, you see. Because at the moment, it's just a rush. It's not even 5 minutes yet. Look how they're rushing.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, that opens itself up to a couple of mistakes. I was inspired this morning, reading Bakkies Boerte's tweet saying that this is the test that I lived for in my career, the ultimate Springbok versus All Black rugby. I can't wait. Going to be a cracker of a game. Together they can do it. We all as a nation are behind you. Go Bokke. And I mean, this is a guy who's well capped in terms of the Springboks, second most to Victor Matfield. And that says something. And you've got guys 127 caps. You've got him on 85 caps as well. So it's very good going, and good to know that the old box again, people of that caliber are still there, reliving their moments of when they played for the Boks, especially against the All Blacks. All right, so here we could see the first points of the match.
Yeah, 100 Pollard is going to get it over. He didn't play last year when he beat them. I think Alton Yankee started it in. And by the way, I think he's the best 10, probably the best top 3 10s in the world.
In the world right now.
Nah, he's quality.
Undoubted.
Nah,
no doubt about
we
that.
don't even debate that. There's certain things we debate. This is not one of them. This is not one of them. So, yeah.
Well,
so,
as I said, I mean, anticipating the first points of the match. Well, he's got that. I mean, work of art, really
I'm
straight
coming
down
closer
the
to
middle.
tell you about my score, ne? But I did tell you about the points first.
No.
So it's,
In fact, let's get to that because the game is on.
Yeah, okay, what's
What's the final score going to be? Full time will be what?
But South Africa is taking it. Just don't worry.
No. You said you
That-
got the exact score. What's the
Halftime. I
exact
should
score?
tell you guys by halftime.
We're moving the goalpost now. We're moving
Aye.
it further away.
I know
But
when you
keep-
predict, you're meant to be confident. So tell us.
from the beginning, and we've given you 3 minutes into the game and 3 points for South Africa. What's the final score going to be?
Rob, after halftime, then I'll let you know. You need to trust me.
Throwing the
I
bones
told
at
you about
halftime.
the 3 points first. Look at the score, Rob. Look at the score now. It's 3-0.
Did you get
South
it?
Africa is leading.
Okay, so the bone thrower gave you a quick message now saying delay. Don't make it now. You know, it's going to be a bit premature as far as that
You
is
guys are
concerned.
upside, so I need to make sure that you guys are relaxed. You know,
I
don't
see.
understand.
Oh, look, that's going to be a nice battle. Lucanio and Jack Goodhue.
Yes.
Giving them very little chance though on the ball. I mean, you can count seconds as far as possession is concerned from the All Blacks before the Boks really mount either a challenge or a tackle on them. Morton, what are you making of this? I mean, it really shows intent from the beginning from the
Yeah,
Boks.
I think you want the All Blacks kicking as much as possible. You don't want them with ball in hand.
Yeah.
When they're carrying the ball out from the back and they have the confidence to do that, then you know you're in a bit of trouble. So I like it when they're starting to kick the ball to us and we have more possession. You don't want them with too much possession, especially in your half.
Okay, Malcolm Marks, you have to find your jumper. If we're losing line-outs,
Yeah.
see, this is when you get a beer.
At 9 in the morning,
This
doesn't matter.
this is when you get.
Well, I was surprised.
First
I mean,
line
I see water here in front
God.
of you.
Aye.
Is it getting stressful?
Aye. You, Marco, you were saying about you want to keep ball in hand. You want to see New Zealand kicking more. Funny enough,
They've kicked 2 already.
they kick the most in World Rugby. They kick the most. You would think the Springboks do, but because they do a lot of attacking kicks. Though. So your cross kicks, your grubbers, and all that kind of stuff. So they're a very territory-based team. Okay, let's see this line out. Another chance for Malcolm, please.
But I think they're under pressure now because I've seen they've kicked 2 balls already that we've managed to actually hold back.
Sure.
So then they're trying so much to kick, but they're not actually getting possession of the ball.
Okay, Malcolm, find your jumper, please.
That's the part you were worried about earlier,
Hey.
just regarding this. So let's see if it all work out, whether your worries, though, are anything to further worry about.
It was not even a lift.
Oh, I'm excited to see Kwagga Smith playing.
Tell me why.
He's been unlucky, and he's one of the, you know, how some of the sevens players did the whole transition
Right.
into 15s, looking to go to the World Cup. For some, it didn't work out, like Osiabela said, unfortunately, it didn't work out. And in turn, the sevens struggled this year because they lost a lot of players. And Kwagga Smith, though, it took his sevens form straight into Lions Super Rugby, and he's been knocking on the door. He's been knocking on the door, and it's about time that he started a game. I don't think it would have started if Sia was fit, but it's a big game for him. I feel like it's almost like a trial game for him. You play well, yeah, you're going to the World Cup, done and dusted.
It's going to be that cut and dry.
It's getting close to that, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's August now, right? Yeah, so we basically discount the month of August.
Yeah.
And, September. So they've got to get we're not even talking about the young IRB player of the year.
Yeah.
Janji, not even featuring. That is the depth of squad that obviously Rassi has, and he will want to utilize. Mapimpi has been in great form this season, and I mean, one would love nothing more. I mean, again, Michael, I don't know how many games you've been able to watch at home, with the Sharks, etc. What have you made of, like, let's say, Makazola Mapimpi this season?
So exciting, man.
Yeah.
I think in a pretty poor season for the Sharks, he's been the one shining light.
Yeah.
So he's probably the one reason that they're still getting some guys through the door and going to watch the games, because it sort of lights it up when he gets the ball, and you can hear it in the stadium as well when he gets the ball. It's just It's very exciting to watch.
The one thing about Mapimpi, and it will always be the good thing about him, is that he's a proper out-and-out winger. His job is to get the ball and score tries. You know, he's a proper striker.
Yeah.
He's a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
You know, because you have these
Put him in the box.
Yeah, just put him in the box. Give him the ball, he'll score. You know,
In the kitchen.
Yeah, there we
but
go.
you know what you get? You get this whole thing now of so was that our first line out successful? It's amazing what happens. They were on their 5.
All right, so in the black book we got lineouts as an issue to really discuss at the halftime.
Yeah.
Not looking good on those occasions. Yeah.
Are we losing?
Oh,
It's a good start.
Yeah.
It's a very good start. Faf, take the 3.
it's very.
Take the 3.
Tiger.
Take the 3. So super rugby.
He was ready to go there.
See? Got your car down to the call of Match Ivan.
Hey,
Match Ivan.
Rob, that's points coming up on the board, ne? That's another 3. So now we're going for 6.
The problem is she
But
can
I'll tell
adjust
you
to
the
it,
score
because what if we're leading by 20 at halftime? She only wanted to say it was 15 0.
no, I know. I think she's messing with us. Yeah. And I think if everyone that's watching right now, I think Uzinhle's got us worked out here with her so-called score prediction. But good call to go for points.
Yes, it is. Because like I said, when we first talked, you need to put the points on the board. Because when New Zealand can quickly react anytime. You know, so the more we put points on the board, because this could be the 6 that could actually put us on the lead, you know.
But within your score prediction, at least give us an idea.
Who's winning the game?
Are we going?
I did say it's the Springboks.
Oh,
We're going to
okay.
take the game.
But are we going what? Are we going beyond 20? Are we going into 30s?
We're looking at 27, maybe.
All right, so upper
12.
upper 20s.
Yeah. 20s.
And you're saying what? 12?
New Zealand.
Okay. And you guys were saying that they are the points machine that they are. But, I mean, when you look at last week and they played against Argentinians, it's not really a game that would have covered them in much glory.
Yeah,
Right?
I haven't seen them being that scrappy in a long time. Oh my word, the unforced errors from them, the knock-ons.
The last 3 minutes of that game almost slipped away from New Zealand.
Yeah, that ref for that game. that more at the end, he had 3 options there.
Always put the
It was
blame on the
either a
ref.
penalty,
God.
a penalty or a yellow card, or the one that he called held up, whatever, ball not coming out, and I'm not sure which team it was the right decision.
Well, let's hope. I'm thinking for today, let's hope that Nick Berry, obviously refereeing for the first time in a game involving South Africa, has ref before.
Yeah.
In games, where New Zealand have been involved. But as far as South Africa is concerned, I don't think he's really been called up much for us to even talk about him and his involvement here. I don't know. Sky, what do you make of Nick Berry?
Yeah, well, he's one of the 12 that are going to the World Cup, so I guess he's
Is that 10 tests that he's refereed? So this is his 11th time out there as far as refereeing.
It's a big game for him.
Yeah.
It's a big game for him.
It's always a good thing when you don't really know who the ref is, because it just means he hasn't been controversial.
100%.
I like when you say, who was reffing the game today? Because there was nothing that you had to worry about, no complaints.
Yeah.
As South Africans, we like that after a game where we haven't done well, that it was all the ref's fault or whatever. It's very nice when we actually don't know who the ref was, and the result was all about the rugby.
But Michael, don't worry. We also have a Victor Gomes in rugby. His name is Roman Boyd. We also have one of those.
Yeah.
You see him on the referee, you're like, oh my gosh, okay.
You count that game as already been done. Okay, so here we are. I mean, creeping into 13 minutes. First points about to take there for New Zealand.
I think he's going to
How's that first stat, huh?
Leading over, more than 6 points to
get to 16,000 points.
Yeah, record was 14,000.
Wow.
So
I wonder where we are.
We'd be.
Google is your friend.
I check you on its guy.
Well, I mean, if it's taken New Zealand that long.
It's long, yeah.
But we didn't play international rugby for a very long period of time.
That's the other thing. Where do we start counting from?
Yeah.
Ish.
All right, I mean, pretty tense all round.
Yes.
Surprising, why didn't Richie Mwanga?
What is going on there?
Hey, why didn't Richie Mwanga take the kick? Because remember last year when we beat them
Yeah.
in Wellington, I think he missed like 4 conversions and a penalty. Hey, Boyden Barrett.
So what's going to happen in the next kick?
No, I think they'll give him another chance
Yeah.
and then give it to Richie. Because also you don't
So
know,
two more, two
Yeah.
more misses?
one more miss. One more
Two
miss.
more. No, but for us, I mean, for things to work out for
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Africa.
yeah, 2 more misses.
So
yeah,
two
yeah.
more misses and then
So, Sky, you
hand
can't
over.
just let him miss one and then say, now someone is
No,
going to
that's
take
the thing,
it.
you don't do
need
that.
to give
Yeah, you don't do that.
You need to encourage him.
Yeah, you don't do that.
But I think it was too far as well.
Mark, how many penalties have you missed in your career?
I haven't missed any.
Haven't you?
Yeah.
How
one
many
for
have you
one,
taken?
man.
Oh, one for one.
Yeah. Actually, the Premier Cups today. In the Premier Cup last year,
Yeah.
I actually took a penalty, and I went for the started penalty.
Yeah?
Scored the goal. Walking back to the halfway line, thought I'd done the job. Ref came over, said, "That's a yellow card. No goal. Unlucky. Disallowed." And
But did you have to retake it?
no, it was a penalty shootout. No goal. The
Yeah.
new rule: if you do that, if you started for too long and the ref not happy, yellow card, disallowed goal.
I did not know that it's a new
Yeah,
rule.
neither did I at the time.
So what's Pogba going to do?
Yeah. So you're allowed to maybe 4 or 5 steps before the ball, but within the last meter,
Yeah, yeah,
you're not
yeah,
really
yeah.
allowed to stop before you kick it.
Oh, wow.
All right, so whenever there's a penalty this season, give it to Michael Morton, he'll
Yeah, I
convert.
learned my lesson.
Yeah. I think his returns are there. All right, I think slowly, though, Zindle, seeing the All Blacks getting into the game,
Yeah.
South Africa did enough, and I think they did well just to snuff them out in the opening stages of it, yeah. All right, good to see that. I mean, handling.
You don't see, it's, just keep up the pressure, boys.
You don't even see that at varsity rugby, do you?
66 minutes to go, boys. It's just over an hour.
He thought about running first before catching the ball.
So decision making while the ball is coming through.
Because
I saw the
if you look at
intimidating
him,
figure of
all he
Kevin
did was
Colby
run, then
coming at
only
him.
when he was, and there's someone in front of him.
Yeah.
So that's only when he realized that, oh, wow, I need to catch the ball before I can actually run.
And that's something you would never ever do.
I mean,
I mean, this is
I will
Ziegler we're
never
talking.
be
I
Sky,
mean, you
Rob.
would.
you know, we don't,
Yeah?
we don't play
Oh, those are
fingers.
Sky. Those are Sky mistakes.
That could be Sky.
Oh,
Not
okay.
me, definitely
Okay,
not.
all right.
It could be me. I'll be number 5 lock on the wing.
Number 5.
Could be me. Could be me.
So a lot being revealed here, Sky, as far as your tricks are concerned.
Yeah. You know, you see Zinke when we play in club rugby, you see them watching. You don't know who can they actually judging you. All right.
Oh, she's got your facts and stats here right
That's
now.
everything. It's okay. Like, okay.
And this is one of the things, guys, that I was going to ask about regarding the experience versus, when you look at the caps, 457 caps for South Africa, 804 in that starting 15 for the All Blacks. How much of a factor is that? I mean, that's a huge gap, just in terms of numbers and experience. 457, 804.
Yeah, I think it matters a lot, Rob, because if you look at New Zealand, if you say they have 800 and something, when you look at South Africa, it means that a lot of their players have played more international games, and we've got our players who have played but have not played so many games that their experience is not as much as New Zealand. So with players that are experienced, like how we have in our Springbok team, we've got a lot of players who are experienced, and they know better than we do because they've played international rugby. So that also helps as well in terms of game, how you approach a game, how you play, how you think.
But what about the
game,
freshness? What about the freshness element, though? Because when you look at a Herschel from last week and no experience at that level, but comes through and he plays like he's been playing 78 caps. So the freshness element, does that not work in your favor
it does.
as well?
The freshness is vital as well. But you need to have experience too. Because yes, as much as they fresh, they're still coming, but they don't have that experience of playing international rugby. So you find that their decision making compared to someone who's more experienced will not be the same. So it's not a matter of who has to does he have to be experienced versus
Yeah.
the new? So you rather you balance so that everything just
Needed a better bounce.
comes out
Take him out.
perfectly.
Oh,
done.
beautiful one. Oh, I mean, that was...
Look at that.
That was great. Ground gained, running.
We add it.
Yeah, that was a good play because
pass.
if you think about it, it was a scrum.
Yeah.
They went one and then they came back blind where all the forwards are.
And Faf played it well. I
Yeah.
just thought also getting it out of that scrum
The coach.
quick enough. I mean, he'll always be animated, Rassi, so he knows how important this is
Yeah.
all round. You can't have had such a brilliant game last week and then all fall apart. But, I mean, 17 minutes, guys? 18 minutes gone in this game. Another line out.
And we got it.
Clean.
Gain
Look at
ground.
that.
That's right.
What is the difference this time, Sky?
Oh, they actually jumped. So that's the first thing.
Yeah, I'm with you,
You know,
Sky. I was
sometimes
the
we
first
complicate things. Lineouts is easy. Jump, fight, you throw, I jump, I catch,
Oh.
game over. Let's
Done.
go.
I don't think
Oh.
we should kick when we're
Yeah.
that close. We're on the 22 now. We just need to play the ball. So you can't kick
I also thought he touched it there.
on the 22. We want points. There's no one chasing the ball. The wing is not there.
So run it.
My people, yeah, rather you run it,
Run.
set it up,
Okay.
than play
Run
it.
it, yeah,
We're on
yeah.
our 22. All we want is
Yeah, we call it TMO.
a try.
Especially because you've already gained that much ground
Yeah.
as
You
well, having
can't,
had
can't
that
give
scrum.
the ref the whole...
Yeah.
hey, ref.
Oh, all right. Don't
So now
forget as
there's
well
gonna
that
be a lost ball.
on social media, on Twitter, be part of the conversation. We watching, you watching. I have no idea where you're watching from, but just let us know on Twitter. Give us comments as well on the YouTube channel. What are you thinking right now? South Africa on the points right now. It's 6 that they do have, managing to convert on both occasions here. No points on the board yet for the New Zealanders. I'm sure we want to keep it that way, right? We want to keep it that way. And again, good to see Faf back to where he's best. They know that the competition for that position again ahead of the World Cup is so much
Yeah.
more. Hey,
After seeing Hersha Yankees last week, I
Yeah.
think he knows someone is
but
there.
how would you rate him right now, though? Because he's been involved like he always is.
Kwacha.
There's Kwakha, you were talking about him earlier, on possession.
But Kwakha lacks in size. His heart and his
Work ethic.
work rate is.
Oh, man.
Ooh. Became a bit narrow there.
Yeah.
Yeah, got very narrow.
So the 21 is the man penalised.
This was another big call, eh? TJ Perenara ahead of Aaron Smith, eh? Massive call.
Yeah, I mean, but again, I mean, you guys are talking about the experimental side of the All Blacks, but it's not experimenting with an aim to weaken the side
Yeah,
at all.
that's the other
You
thing.
know,
You don't start to Oak who's got, what, 80-something caps, but
Yeah.
the Oak who's starting has like 50-something, so it doesn't really make a difference.
Again, it's Shannon Kuzal, the target.
Oh no.
Bonage,
The half gap for Jack Lebu.
Heading to our team.
all right, I got a tweet here from Mavuso, says that he heard that I was playing fullback today. Said that only one try for New Zealand. Yeah, well, I don't know, because Zintle still hasn't given us her prediction.
All right, but hands in the rock, Griff. I see the Nick Berry.
So is Nick now starting to
Yeah.
cause problems?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Calm, bro.
But he's Australian, Nick
Pressure.
Berry, so what did you expect?
Hey. 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 So what, he watched the game last week and he said, well,
I think you heard your comments before kickoff about Australia.
oh, Chills and Kobe.
Yes.
I don't know how Chills and Kobe only has 7 caps, guys.
Oh. What's happening with the handling
pressure,
today
it's
from the All Blacks?
Well, maybe it's a bit wet underfoot. You know when they use that, yeah, it's a bit
Wet?
wet underfoot.
Oh,
No, but
maybe we're
that's how you
giving
say
them-
it. Wet.
Yeah, wet.
It's a little bit wet.
It's a bit wet underfoot, man.
Or maybe they're just not able to take the pressure.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we actually.
Yeah, but the
pushing
Springboks
it.
are right in their faces. So as long as we keep this up for 80 minutes, please.
Yeah. I mean, what's your report card now? Yeah, we are 22 minutes gone in the game. Quick rating for the box. What good? Good and bad. Give me the good
The
part.
good,
Yeah.
the good is that we're gaining ground.
Right.
We're gaining ground. We're actually going to their 22, of which that's what we want because we want to play on their half. We don't want to play on our half. So I'll rate that 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, okay.
Yeah. Then with the lineouts, I'm not sure, Sky, your lineouts are not looking pretty good on both sides, actually. I've only seen New Zealand being able to win their lineouts maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Even with the Springbok as well. So I'm not sure what's going on with the lineouts.
All right. I think our first little butterfingers moment there, but also it was also the quality of the pass. I think.
Oh, by the way, that's how you
Yeah.
break your finger.
That's how she broke
That's
her
how you
finger.
break it. Just want to say that.
But she didn't admit
But
to it
Sky,
though.
when I broke my finger, my hands were there, which means I wanted to catch the ball.
And then it.
But where were there or here?
They were there,
There.
but the ball was there.
Hey,
See, that's the problem. So you can't catch it when you're trying to catch the ball from there.
was it dry conditions?
Your
Was
middle
it-
finger is
was it
actually
wet?
here because
Was it
that's
wet?
Was it wet underfoot or was it dry?
it was dry, Rob.
So it was there, but you were there,
The
but it was
ball
still.
got to this finger first.
Oh,
And
I
then-
see.
Yes.
But that's like stayed permanently facing the other direction. I was going to see a doctor. We still need a follow-up surgery on that
Say that
finger.
offloaded tackle.
Come on, guys, you need to.
Come on, Kwacha.
Yes,
Sure.
man.
Sevens,
What
that's
a
sevens.
kicks! Who?
Good kick. Yes, man.
We on it. Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Oi.
Pino.
We just need to
Don't
play
kick
on their
it.
half. Oh!
Not a bad.
Yeah, but that was fine.
Get up.
Hey, Bo.
Yes.
Ooh, close.
Knock on.
Okay, it was a good kick.
Well done,
Good
ref.
kick.
Nobody. I was about to say though, aren't you contradicting yourself earlier? You were praising a certain somebody, best in the world, best in the world. No, hey, don't kick. Makes the right decision, makes the right call. But
I'm
then
not
you
contradicting
nodding.
myself. Listen, I've seen Messi miss a penalty.
Who's Messi again?
The best player in the world. The best footballer in the world.
Soccer player.
I thought Ronaldo is. So now why are you making us Messi as well now?
No, but Messi is the best player in the world.
I
Maybe
thought
he's
Ronaldo
your
is.
best player.
You see, the way Michael Morton just looked at you tells you.
Who's the best
that-
player in the world, Mr. Morton?
No, we're just privileged to live in a time when we get to watch both.
Hey,
games.
it's giving us that
Don't give us a
political-
press conference
Hey,
answer.
hey. Michael Morton, who is the
Yeah.
best in the world?
I prefer Messi. I'm
Yeah,
a Messi,
Messi.
man.
I read a tweet once. It said, if an artist created the perfect player, it would be Messi. But if an engineer created the perfect player, it would be Ronaldo. And it made sense.
That's actually, if an engineer, and you're talking about somebody who can engineer biologically, it's Messi who has the human growth hormone. Remember that was there. and
yeah,
injected
yeah,
at the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that person was being too poetic more than factual. So we need to find that person and
My understanding of it, though, is different from yours. It's more of Ronaldo is more of like a big engine, Rolls Royce. He's you know, he works hard in the gym. He's one of those. He's a powerful car.
yeah.
Where Messi,
Wow.
In
What
terms-
did you kick there?
yo, we're putting them under pressure.
The pressure hasn't gone off at any stage though, which is great to see.
Okay, take the three. Take the three.
They decide to kick again on the 22. We just next to the try line. Oh my. And it hasn't worked, Sky. They're doing it for the second time now.
What's
The
that?
first time didn't work, the kicking on the 22. They're doing it the second time, it didn't work. Maybe the coach will say something to them second half.
So we all remember this warning, yeah? They've been warned. So the next penalty in the red zone should be a yellow card. Just want to say, it should be.
So Nick Berry,
Nick Berry, consistency is key.
right, remember that name.
Yeah?
NIC
Points.
Berry, taking charge. Okay,
This guy thinks just like me, going for points again.
to try get to your prediction.
Yes.
That's a good kick, actually.
Points again.
Bonams. They're certainly under pressure,
they
New
are.
Zealand, huh?
You happy for us to keep just taking the 3 every time we get there?
You're playing New Zealand, bro.
Yeah, but
You know, we'll,
that last 20 minutes when they come back.
that's the thing. There'll be a
want
period
something
where
in the
we won't
bank.
even cross the halfway.
Yeah.
So take these points.
It's been 100% for Pollard.
Yeah, he's a good kicker. Straight through the middle. Hope we don't jinx him now. Rob? Hope we didn't jinx him.
Okay, all right.
Got the away swing.
The Marawa curse.
He's not happy.
Why do you have to mention 100%?
Because I wanted him to challenge himself. And somebody here next to me was saying, keep getting the points. She's very quiet about that now. No, but you can tell. I mean, Russ is disappointed, guys,
yeah.
because for him, for the caliber of player, that was supposed to have been points.
Yeah.
That is it.
Oh, wow.
So how does that work against them in terms of bouncing back? But I'm sure they'll settle down, put the pressure back in.
Good kick.
That's a great kick.
Nothing
You
wrong
don't,
with that.
That is
want
a
you don't want to
great
miss
kick.
points at this point in time. Like I said, first half, we get as much points as possible on the board. Because New Zealand, every second half, they always come back.
Yeah.
After, I don't know what the coach says to them, but every second half, they
Should we get a
always come
camera
up.
in that change room? I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah,
I would
because-
like to know what the coach says to
some
them.
things fly in that change room, apparently.
But I promise you, second half, their game is going to be much, much quicker.
No, but apparently Russ is a nice guy. He's not like as intense as a Heineken Meyer.
Knock on.
Oh,
That's enough.
Well done.
I still remember the visuals of Heineken. Yeah.
Remember Heineken
Hey.
from the national anthem. Yeah.
Always remember the table smash.
Yeah, remember.
We always needed to have
Oh, nice.
an exclusive camera on him.
Kwagga Smith just folded TJ Pernara. One of the better sides in the world. Oh. Albong and Bonams.
But guys, that's what you want to have from your bench, though. I mean,
Yeah.
really.
Some Gies.
But being involved, because a lot of the guys think you're just sitting there. But when you're showing that resolve again, Michael Morton, I don't know, you've come off the bench a few times at Amazulu. You're normally a starting lineup player.
Yeah, you gotta stay involved.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Like sometimes the guys are sitting on the bench. We've had times where the guys are wearing headphones on the bench.
During the game. During the game.
So they've
do you-
created some incidents in the past where guys have been substituted, come back on the side of the field with a set of headphones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you got to stay engaged. It's important.
I always found Roscoe Speckman when he was playing sevens he always come up, he always performed whenever he came off the bench. But if you start him on the starting lineup, then you wouldn't get too comfortable with that. But off the
Yeah.
bench, he always performed. He was always on fire.
Super sub.
The one thing the Springboks have done well here with Sonny Bill Williams playing, he hasn't had the opportunity to offload. So it's because the thing is, though, it's a very risky thing because it means he has to be tackled by more than one player,
player, yeah.
2, 3 players.
Yeah.
But you wrap up his arms, you can't really offload. So we got to keep that one going. Marco, I wanted to ask you, have you ever played in a game? Because I'm looking at this game now. Let's say it goes to the 75th minute. It's a 2-point game. It's hectic. When you get in there, there's no time to adapt. You go in there, you're fighting. Have you ever been on the bench and you're beating Sundowns, whatever, by a big team, 2-1, last 10 minutes, and you don't want to go on? You're like, you know what? I don't actually wanna. I don't wanna take the chance of making a penalty or getting a penalty
Or
and
be
miss,
blamed
or being
for-
blamed.
yeah.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever had that? Be honest.
No, well, normally I'm a holding midfielder, so I always get the shot when it's like when we're leading by 1 and there's 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
You come with the shop keys. You got to close the shop. So yeah, I quite enjoy that one where you got the 10 minutes and you got a job to do.
Yeah.
The worst one is when you 3 or 4 down and the coach is making that change and you know there's not much that's going to happen, yeah. And
Oh wow.
You got it.
Stephen Kitsoff. Yeah.
yeah, you're just going to be sort of going on and there's not much you can really do to make a change. I like the one where when you go in and you got a purpose and you got 10 or 15 minutes and you can actually get involved.
You know, actually, Mike, you know where he wants to get involved right now. I think it's a dangerous moment for Sky.
Okay.
I can see that he misses something with a bit of sorghum. barley and hops.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is it that time? Yeah?
Yeah.
I think, okay.
for
We'll
yourself,
try
guy.
call. You would want to have a beer quickly?
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to a beverage.
Yeah.
You know, cold one. You know.
Yeah, but also there was somebody who was saying on Twitter that at half time, you've been rehearsing for the entire week how to do the haka. So the haka that we were talking about earlier,
Okay.
I think Usia, who's actually driven all the way from Richards Bay, will show you Usia in the second half. But Usia Bongamzende was saying that ask Sky to do a haka for me at halftime. I want to see something. So I don't know what.
Sky cannot even dance. How's that possible? He
What do you wanna
cannot
see?
even dance.
Ooh.
Maybe we need a Zulu haka he can do.
Oh my goodness, what a take. Oh my goodness.
In the air to reclaim for South Africa. Pollard, LaRue,
Much fan.
Yes, man.
What was that?
See this?
This is the problem.
This you don't want broken play.
And that's dangerous. They can actually score from our mistakes.
keeping the boots inside the field of play.
Who was Vinny LaRue passing to?
But that's the
Probably
thing.
thought the wing was there.
It's you know when you're anticipating,
Yes.
Jeez, All Blacks
but
have been
without
scrappy.
confirming.
Fast going in behind.
You expect.
Go over,
that's
go,
okay.
keep going. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. LaRue.
Bro,
Taka, it was a Freiheit.
see there, that's life right there. You know, you think you're going to make it.
Parked off so nicely. It was done. That's the thing with the rugby ball. It can make a fool
Tell
of
him, I have a hamstring injury.
How?
No, but you can do the other version of the haka, the ballet one. Yeah, the one that doesn't really need you to.
Ish,
Yeah.
ish.
So just warm up. Just keep warm and.
So how's about this? If the Springboks win, I'll do
Yeah.
the haka.
But they've brought the stuff here.
Ah,
So
Don't
yeah.
worry, they're winning.
so don't make it get
So you
warm.
don't have
now.
an excuse. Out. Ooh.
No, man.
Oh,
Look at that, the best 10 in the world.
oh.
And then it's a bad kick.
Ooh.
Oh,
This will be a South African lineup.
end-to-end stuff.
Clever little counter
Oh.
from Andre Pollard.
End-to-end stuff there.
And the ball bouncing the South Africans way, but I mentioned it earlier on.
And see, Robert, see glasses there. I mean, I drink mine out the bottle. No?
Please, Baba, do the.
Yeah.
Go to. We couldn't get them good to for
I
you.
was, yeah.
Yeah, he's a Kasipo. I think he would enjoy that. I think he would enjoy
I
that.
think he'll treat that as a shooter. All right. I don't know.
Here we go.
You've been keeping your score on the line out count, and how we've been doing.
That's a
Nothing wrong
great
with
job.
that. Nothing wrong with that.
Watch, Rob. Something's coming out.
Oi.
No, guys.
You're right. Something was coming up.
Sky, you shouldn't have opened that beer.
No, but it's great. Charles has brought the glass.
Hey, fuck.
We had a
Hey, fuck.
6
Taule
minutes to go.
Lem Umanelisi basically saying that end of match, New Zealand 19, South Africa 23.
Yeah. She's
Can you
close.
hear?
She's close.
Can you hear?
I'm
So
looking
4-point
at
game,
South
huh?
Africa 27 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the New Zealand.
So you've said 27
maybe
three
12.
times. So that's your South African. What are New Zealand getting?
That's my
I think
12.
she said 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that the final
That's my final score.
27,
12.
12?
I'm worried about Armenia. He said his head says New Zealand by 15. But your heart's
No,
sitting strong.
you
Yeah.
gotta follow your heart. This is here.
You know what? Olani says it's going to be a very tight game. The Box will win it by 35-32.
No, I mean,
So going into the half
first
time,
half.
when you're looking at it being 6,
Need
though.
better
It's 6
hands.
no, I don't
first
think we
half,
get into
yeah,
30s,
come
huh?
on.
I don't think.
I mean, you don't get games with a sudden, quick turnaround of points like that.
But I think this type of game obviously suits us, where it's a lot more broken up and the All Blacks can't get any momentum going.
I think.
You know what we're going to do as well? At halftime, we're going to try and get hold of one of the All Blacks fans, but I don't know if he's an All Black fan or he's become a Springbok fan, but he is from New Zealand, plays for Mamelodi Sundowns, is in Zambia at the moment. His name is Jeremy Brocky. He's going to give us a bit of an Instagram call. We'll chat to him. Possibility as well, we'll chat to Skaran Dubeni. He's watching, playing Currie Cup rugby later on today. But everybody obviously fixated in this game. Jeremy Brocky cannot be a happy person right now. I mean, you gave him an interesting present the other day, which has now become an AmaZulu New Jersey logo. What's going on there?
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
This is hectic, huh? I've never seen so many handling areas from a New Zealand team ever. I thought last week was bad. Jeez, this is bad. But we're not complaining, huh?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm loving their handling today.
His kick was hurried by Quacker Smith.
Yeah, Michael, sorry, you were telling us about that
yeah, it
whole...
was actually a birthday gift that his wife asked me to do for him 2-3 years ago, and it's just a coincidence that AmaZulu put this massive picture of a lion on the front of our jersey and it looks quite similar.
It's not similar, it's identical.
Yeah, so tongue in cheek, I said I'm looking for some
Royalties.
Yeah, royalties from our jersey.
So you gave him your jersey?
No,
so a couple
it's
of years ago, so I draw a bit in my spare time, and his wife commissioned me to draw him something for his birthday, and I did this big lion image, and it was just so happens that it's something that's on our jersey now, something very similar.
Yeah, it's actually a ridiculous story though, Sky, because when you look at the new AmaZulu jersey and you look at Michael Morton's drawing, it's the same situation that's happening.
Oh, yeah. Did you get the tender to design the jersey?
Yeah.
How?
Tender with no money in it for him.
Turnover. Oh, no.
He's so quick. He is so quick.
Oh, guys, no.
Okay, stop him there.
Just 4 minutes before we get to...
Anyway.
That's what we don't need.
Okay.
So we won the line out. We stole their line out.
Yeah.
And then they scored 80-meter try.
Bowden Barrett, you saw how he accelerated?
What happened here?
I think the ball...
Let's see.
Gained
Magazola Mapimpi.
That's what you said, Sunny Ball attracting too many
Magazola
guys to him.
Mapimpi. Did you see that?
Yeah, 3 guys went for Sunny Ball and
Did
we
you
left
see
our
that?
space on the outside.
Break it down because I'm sure...
I'll break it down. Look,
yeah.
Magazola shoots back in. Okay, he gets the outside break on. Look how your arm is always
Outside.
chasing there. He's not going to get him. And,
So numerically outdone.
yeah, and like Mark was saying, it's exactly with when Sunny Ball has the ball.
Yeah.
He's a hard player to defend because you don't know what's he.
He's going to pause.
Is it just chop legs or is it a gang tackle? Because he attracted 3 players there and he made the pass over Magazola Mapimps. But it's fine. Bowden Barrett's going to miss the conversion.
And again, that's where our missed 3 points come in now,
Yeah.
in terms of how the points tally looks going into the halftime, guys.
And to score just before half-time, I mean, New Zealand have been pretty average, to be honest.
That gives them the psychological edge.
Yeah,
Again, Michael
100%.
going to the halftime break. In football, that's the critical stage of a game. That's what every coach talks about. Focus, critical stage, guys. We're going into halftime, we're going to the end of the game. And then that happens.
Yeah.
He's never going to miss that.
Jeez, straight through the middle.
And scoreboard changes completely.
Yeah, now they know where to penetrate when they come
Yeah.
back. And that one try, if
Look,
the teams
he
are
goes-
even, and then you get one team scoring a try and the other one hasn't, that always brings the momentum up.
Yeah.
So now New Zealand, with this one try that they score, now they see that, okay, we're able to score tries, we just need to penetrate there and there.
And it's about those small margins of error there. Because Magazola will look back and say, okay,
Should have.
could have, but didn't.
Yeah, just get it to half-time with a 1-point game. Yo.
Kind of changes the conversation in
Yeah,
that.
the team talk, right?
Yeah.
That try, I think, was the first time they got into our 22 the whole half.
Oh, there you have it. First team to achieve this test history milestone, 16,000 points.
Okay, do we give them a round
yeah.
of applause, guys? Yeah.
We
Yeah.
If it was Australia, we wouldn't even mention it. It's New Zealand. They're nice people. They're nice people.
But it's a record, though, because we all love records. They've just made one, broken one, and they'll be leading in the, as far as the record is concerned. So 16,000 test points, not happened ever before, and trust the All Blacks to be getting that record. So yeah, well done to them, getting it at the expense of South Africa.
It's funny though, like I always, these kind of stats, they're the most random stats ever. It's like when you're watching Test cricket and apparently there's an oak who sits there and just does the stats.
Yes.
Like, and then you hear stuff like, in the last 200 balls, A.B. de Villiers has hit 3 sixes, 20. You're like, who does that homework? It's crazy. Okay, 7-6. Let's go, boys. We in this. I need to hit your knee.
Don't know what the coach is going to say now, but he needs to say something. Sky, what did you say as a coach to the players now? Score is 6-7.
Nah, keep
Keep what?
keep at it. I don't think the Springboks will can do better, to be honest. Keep at it. Just keep tackling, making New Zealand make mistakes and take your points. We haven't come close to scoring a try, which is quite.
But I think New Zealand is not working well with the pressure, eh? I think we should just keep on giving them pressure.
Let me check with them.
Because is it?
Dan Carter.
Oh, it is Dan Carter.
Yeah, I
eh?
thought as well, yeah. Yeah, it is.
So you know you made it when you're doing MasterCard ads, huh?
I'm happy.
Behind the banner. It's MasterCard.
Sure. What's the feeling, guys? I know it's a bit deflated now that New Zealand kind of found themselves.
So I said, because of the New Zealand bench, we needed a 10, 12 point lead at half time. Because we like it or not, as well as we're playing, at 60th minute when that bench starts coming on for New Zealand, it happens every single game they play. They just lift up the game. And being a 1 point game, it's either we get off to a flying start in the second half, or the last 20 minutes are going to be long, and we're going to be edge of our seats, and we're going to be drinking a lot of beer. Because that's what we do when we're nervous. That's what we do when we're nervous watching sports.
Oh, Ben, you know what?
So,
We're going to be joining the Jeremy Brocky live. So yeah, I mean, as I said, we live all over the place. We're watching the Bok game. You've had a bit of insight as well regarding what has been happening today. Let me check if he is coming through. Yeah, even Tlenzito's there. Who else is watching the game? Yeah, just keep waving. Tell us your thoughts about this game. Yeah, what have you made of the Boks? Just obviously the New Zealanders coming through and just shading them somewhat. Yeah, I'll do as you asked. So I'll be waving there. Let me check if Jeremy is coming through here. Okay.
I was so loud. Okay. It's more to
I think everybody is.
Amazulu plays at 11.
All right, you got
Is it the Premier's
Jeremy.
Cup today?
Yeah.
Michael Morton's leaving us.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Leave
champ.
us with the Springboks in the lead.
Speedy recovery there, sir.
Good to see you guys.
Is that Mr. Brocky there?
There's Mr. Brocky. How are you doing, son? Are you good? There's somebody who wants to have a quick word with you, yeah?
Rox, what's happening?
What, are you leaving at half time? You're losing.
What have you done to this man, Jeremy Brocky?
Rob, it's been a bit of a nail biter. I'm happy that the All Blacks got over for that try at the end of the game. End of the half, sorry, but it's been a few nervous moments, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you would have been happy with what happened as far as just before halftime and going in at the halftime break with it being, 7-6 being the score. Did you think it will get to that point, though, Jeremy?
You know, Rob, when you play against the All Blacks, I think, especially the Springboks, they pretty much dominated that first half, the whole half, apart from the last couple of minutes before the All Blacks scored. And if you don't turn that dominance into points, then it comes back to you against a world-class team. So, big half of rugby coming up in the second half, but happy to go. It's probably not deserved, but I'll take it.
All right, so I've got Sky here who wants to quickly chat to you.
Jeremy, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You sound nervous.
I'm a little bit nervous now. I'm sweating here.
Is it the heat in Zambia? What's wrong? Or is it the rugby?
No, I've got the air conditioner on, so it must be the rugby.
Listen, I've never seen a New Zealand team make so many like knock-ons and errors and losing line-outs and what's happening there?
Yeah, you know, it happened a lot last week against Argentina as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. But that was a makeshift team though. That was a makeshift team.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure if it's a little bit of pre-World Cup nerves or obviously they've made a lot of changes, so a little bit of instability, but it's very un-All Black like to see so many knock-ons, fumbles, especially at home as well.
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask you because it's obviously when New Zealand plays rugby anywhere in New Zealand, is it compulsory for you guys to like watch rugby in New Zealand? I've always wanted to ask.
Yeah,
It is.
pretty much, especially coming through school. All my mates rugby fans. I was there only football. No one wanted to play with me at lunchtime, so I had to play rugby with them.
Okay, so some go to the army and some have to watch New Zealand every single game. National duty.
Absolutely. Whenever the All Blacks are playing, the nation stops.
Well, you're a good man. Enjoy Zambia and hopefully you lose.
How?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, I mean, that's a very honest assessment there, Jeremy. I got Zintle here as well. Zintle, quickly want to chat to Jeremy Brocky.
Hello, Jeremy. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright. Thanks. I'm telling the guys that I've predicted the score already. So South Africa will win by 27-12. So I don't know what's their take on that, but I'm still sticking to my score. As much as the score is now 6-7, but the final score will be...
You're expecting a lot in the second round.
I'm sticking to my score, so I'm not changing.
Okay, but you know that the All Blacks, the last 20-25 minutes, they step it up another level as well, eh?
It's a pity because I think we're going to step up too. So we
Oh,
are
wow.
for
Okay.
it. Alrighty.
We'll see.
Nice one. I mean, just the key areas again, Jeremy, that you think for New Zealand. We talked about the handling being a major part of it here, but it seemed to improve as the game went on. What's the major worry on your side?
I think, apart from that try right at the very end, it was almost 80 minutes if you count the last 40 minutes against Argentina last week without scoring any points. So that's a little bit of a worry, being an All Black fan. But if we can look after the ball a little bit more, get a little bit more territory and keep the game down, so I think we should be all right in the second half.
And do you have a prediction here? We got 27-12 coming through from Zintle. I think she's the only one that's kind of put it out there. I think Sky talked about a 15-pointer. From your side, have you thought about the final score?
Yeah, let me go. I think it's going to stay tight, but I think the All Blacks, of course, I have to stick with my team. I'm going to go 25-20.
25-20. All right. So a lot of people asking, what are you doing in Zambia?
We're here for a pre-season camp, so we have a game later on this afternoon. We have one more friendly on Wednesday, and then the league starts. So just tidying up on a few things before everything gets underway again.
Yeah, and you're obviously hoping for a couple of more starts in the brand new season. It's all to play for, a title to defend as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've obviously signed a couple of other attacking players already as well, so it doesn't make things any easier. But I'm a professional. I want to play football, and hopefully I can improve on last season. That's for sure.
Beautiful stuff. Jeremy Brocky, good to see you. And you are injury-free, though. I mean, you're not like Michael Morton, who's been hobbling around here.
No, I've been injury-free for a while now, Rob, which is always nice. So hopefully the season ahead it stays like that.
Okay. And you're not transferring to any team, though, because, you know, speculation always say, hey, Jeremy's going to... You're staying at Sundowns.
Rob, I thought this was a rugby chat, not really.
They're looking for a striker in Naturena. Just saying.
No, I'm just reading here. People are asking me to ask you, so I have to be the conveyor. I mean, there it is. When is he joining Chiefs? It's right there. That's from Mubongo Musa asking that question.
second half starting yet.
Jeremy, thank you so much, man, for chatting to us. Look out for a comeback from South Africa. That much I can tell you, though. It was a great ending in that first half for New Zealand, but it's going to be a dramatic comeback from South Africa. Replacements coming on. They're going to make a big change.
Yeah, we'll see, Rob. But congratulations on your TV show. It seems like it's really taking off, and it's a pleasure being a part of it. And all the best with the exciting things I'm sure you've got lined up coming this season.
Thank you so much. No, it's a brilliant team that we have out here in Zimbabwe. 31 degrees, watching it, beautiful weather there in the background. Pretty, obviously, with the light, you won't see the beautiful ocean, but you'd never say it's winter in Durban. There's no such a thing here, man.
No, exactly. And maybe today we've had rugby chat. In a couple of weeks, we can catch up for some football chat.
We'll have a bit of football chat, and I know that you're great when it comes to pigeon racing as well. Jeremy Brockyer, thank you so much, my friend.
Cheers, Rob.
All right, Jeremy Brockyer there joining us. Great. And keep that flowing through. Zinhle, all these fans of yours just saying that, what's happening with your career?
Oh, guys, we're gonna play qualifiers in August. So there's a Women's World Cup in 2021. So we're preparing for that World Cup. So we're playing Africa teams, Uganda, Madagascar, and Kenya. So the nicest thing about this is that we're going to be playing them here in Joburg. So you guys can come down on August. I think our first game is on the 9th. Then we have the second one on the 13th. And then we have the last one on the 17th. We're also hosting Scotland. So Scotland is going to be coming down in South Africa in September, and we're going to be playing test against them. So you guys just watch up on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I think women's rugby is growing really, really well, and the SA Rugby Union is pretty much promoting us quite really good, of which is a good thing because we haven't had women's rugby since 2014. They last played the World Cup in 2014.
Yeah.
You know, so it's quite a good comeback. We girls are looking forward to it. We've got new players. They've YTC, which has brought us the under 18s, 19s. So it's going to be quite an interesting month, which is a women's month. So
Wow.
I think we ladies are going to be treated like
Gonna
I am
dominate.
a woman.
Hey? Well, because the one thing, just quickly, as they get ready for the second half, I got to ask you, we've seen the Women's World Cup as far as football is concerned. We've also seen the women playing. South Africa's Banyana doing well, going to a World Cup themselves. Do you think that that's the kind of level of rugby that we are at, and what are the chances of going all the way?
Yeah, I think a good congratulations to the Banyana team. I think they did pretty well. I mean, as much as they lost the game, but that's, even with the Springbok women, that's what we want to play. We want to play against New Zealand. For us to actually be able to play in that level, we want to first start playing against them so that when you come to the World Cup, we're ready. So that's the level we, as South Africans, your footballers and the Springbok women, we want to play. So that's where we want to get. And by the looks of things, it won't happen overnight, Rob. You see, because you have to start somewhere. So all these games that we're having against your Kenyans and Ugandans, that's where we need to start, and then we grow from there.
Beautiful stuff indeed. That's our vice captain right there. Second half started, so it's going to be nail-biting stuff as well. So yeah, not looking good. Looks like the New Zealanders are finishing off where they kind of started. So yeah, great stuff indeed.
Rob,
Pressure.
What's going on here, guys?
I told you, second half, the game's going to be quick.
You didn't tell us anything. You still haven't given us your prediction.
I did. I said
27-12.
27-12.
Okay, so they're going to score this only try.
But
now,
I told you they're going to be rushing at second half.
27-12.
Yes.
Wow.
I told you they're going to rush us in second half.
That's a bit of a reach.
Kuta,
Sure, man.
hey, my man.
Yeah, no.
Shouldn't you be in training or something?
What do you mean, bro? It's a Saturday.
Oh, yeah, it is.
What do you
Have this whole thing of...
Nah, we want a break now, so we're taking it easy.
Rob, here are other guys who are not serious about life.
Oh, but no good.
The Sharks, they're all Coates and his troops there. They get smashed by the Griquas. Opening game carry.
Oh, guys, that was
A bunch of club rugby players haven't made it, and they all go to
Griquas,
up to they're from Kimberley, eh? Yeah, Kimberley. And then the next week, they beat Western Province.
imagine.
What's the level of inconsistency? Welcome, man. How are you doing?
Thank you, Robert. Good yourself?
You good?
Good.
Hey, we're not looking good. You'll answer that question. They want to put you in the frying pan from the beginning. I want you to just chill into this relaxation scenario here. They ended off well, All Blacks, so they're starting off well again. Where do you think the momentum has swung?
No, look, I think the first 20 minutes is going to be absolutely important for us. I think if we don't score at least 10, 12 points now, that last 20 is going to be really, really hard with their bench coming on, guys like Aaron Smith coming on, really speeding up the game. So, I mean, the next 20 minutes is going to be really, really important for us. We need at least 12 points in this next 12 minutes, and then the last 20, then we can look to start it out.
And when you look at the first half, when we talk about at least trying to get 12 points, what sort of play are you looking at to try and get that? We've got it off the boot. Yeah.
No, look, against an All Black side that's so good in the backs, we have to kick to the corners and maul them. Really look to use our pack, because we've got a massive pack today. Our tight five is the likes of Ibn Esabeth, likes of Kitsoff, Malcolm Marks. We really need to take it up front with them. Otherwise, if we take it to the backs and we make a mistake out there, they'll cover us up.
And you're seeing signs of that in that first 60 seconds of the second half. I mean, Sky, you kind of downed that beer very quickly.
I told you, I'm nervous. But look at it now, Rob. New Zealand are starting to get all the up and unders. They're getting all the box kicks. It looks like the momentum is certainly changing.
And I think we feared that, though, didn't we, when they got the try? That the momentum psychologically automatically swings towards the All Blacks, and they always have a better second half in any case. And it seems to be playing according to that script right now.
And it mustn't open up. That's a penalty. He took him off the ball.
Nick is right there. He's watching.
This Perry guy.
Oh,
no, man.
Now. Direct translation, water's entering the house.
I'm worried, though, because I've never seen Uzinhle this quiet for so long.
Rob.
Forward pass.
I'm just comparing the first half with this half. Because if you look at the stats, it is shown there. We had possession of the ball, 60%.
Don't worry.
Our territory, everything. But now it's... But I did say, second half, New Zealand always comes up. They always rush.
The Springboks traditionally are good at defending, not attacking. So we're better without the ball. You know what I mean?
But this first 5 minutes now,
That comment. It's so true. But
it comes across
there's something about
it's so true.
Don't give them the ball.
Don't give us the ball.
Don't give the ball. Because we will commit the mistakes.
We live off the mistakes. We literally live off the mistakes.
So what are you saying? We go to Russia Erasmus is Jose Mourinho and we pack the pass. Smash a crap.
Okay, this is where the game changes could be, though, guys. Because I mean, it's a good sight. It's great to see that. You see an Ach here who's been sitting there. What change could he make? Faf went, does he come off? And we try and replicate the performance from last week, again from Herschel. Kutz, from your side, I mean, in terms of replacement, where would you be looking at first?
Look, Rob, I mean, we've got a really good bench, an experienced bench. So that's why if we go ahead now, the guys like Beast coming on, you've got Bongi Monambi coming on, you've got Trevor Nyagane coming on. These guys are guys well over 30 caps. They've seen games out before. So we actually stand a good chance of winning this game. If we can just go 10, 12 points ahead now with those guys coming on, we can really look to manage the game in the last 20 minutes.
Also, the Springbok technical team has been singing the praises of Trevor Nyagane in the build-up to this game. And I think somehow I'm excited about that on many different fronts and for different reasons again. And with the World Cup coming up, I really think he could be the main catalyst as well and a game changer. I'm just talking about, though, Trevor, from your side. So what has been your impression just about the season that he's had? But also,
he's been absolutely brilliant. I think he's sort of rewinded the clock back to the days when he had just come into the box setup, still playing loose head. I think he's always been a good player outside the scrum. You know, great ball player, great feet, good work rate. His issue came when he moved to tight head in terms of his scrumming, but this year he's really come a long way. Him and Lizo Koboga really doing well at the Bulls this year.
Yeah. All right, something big's just happened. Something big's just happened. I mean, 45 minutes.
So Faf just went off with the head assessment. Hopefully it comes on. But Hershey Yankees he wasn't waiting for this.
No.
Because usually you get told 2 minutes to bring you on.
Yeah.
45 minutes into the game, you're about to feed a scrum into the All Blacks. So that's going to be interesting.
He's had to be yanked into West Park just like that.
Oh, look at that. Hershey Yankees feeding the ball through the number 6. Love it. Absolutely love it.
So what do we press the release pause button from last week's performance and say, go ahead, son, carry on, as you did last week? Is that what you do with him right now? Zinkler?
No, I think he's still going to perform, considering he just got in without a notice, like he wasn't ready for it. But you don't need to be ready to get on the field. I'm sure he was eager to actually play against New Zealand. So I think his performance is going to be quite massive right now. Look at how he's feeding the ball. He's chilled. He knows he doesn't need to stress about anything. All he needs to do is just feed the ball and do his magic like he did last week.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. That, I mean, he just needs to carry on from where he left off. Yeah, it's a different beast altogether. But it's the same. It's the same rugby that he's playing.
At the end of the day,
they're going to go for the points.
It's still the same principle of passing the ball. It doesn't really change.
And he just got to keep his composure.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want this that we're seeing right now. Because again, conceding.
New Zealand should points.
Points for them again?
Nah, they don't have anyone who can kick that long.
Is it? No. And that's good for us.
That is not out. It is.
It is.
Oh.
Sure.
He's fighting, and he's got the ball, but
TJ's like an extra flank.
Yeah, that's why they play.
He's so annoying.
He's
He's annoying. He's annoying.
I can imagine.
But
how many of these have you played against? Have you played any against?
I played against the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
So who was in the Chiefs?
Oh, wait, down there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when you beat them. But they,
no, we beat them. No, we lost.
No, you lost, yeah. You beat them.
That was a convenient forget, huh?
He's not sure.
But it was a good tour, though. Let's be honest.
They lose against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They go draw against the Crusaders.
Oh, Sharks and Bleakers.
That's when you watch Sharks shooting, man, please say hi. Because you,
no, you know,
because it's we laugh about it, but like, and it's always, and it's I hate this word in sports, this thing of consistency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we have to be the most.
No, look, when this guy, I mean, let's be honest, you know what I mean? It's been a tough few years at the Sharks.
Yeah.
And we actually did better away from home because the guys felt less under pressure from the Durban people. Durban people can be very demanding in the terms of standards of rugby that they want to be seeing week in and weekend out. So when the guys were away, they could have sort of, I don't know, be protected by the environment that they could create away from home.
And not make mistakes and almost immediately feel that heat.
You can feel that heat, that pressure of Kings Park.
Yeah.
So hopefully it changes in the next coming year. I mean, we are working.
But what is it though? Is it a case of level of expectation superseding the reality of the situation? Or do you feel at times that underperformance, you would take you would take the brunt and say, okay, guys, listen, we did play badly. Maybe they've got a point as well to be disappointed. Maybe not abusive in terms of them being the fans, but just to say, guys, let's take the brunt for this.
No, look, the fans have every right.
Yeah.
I mean, they pay to come and watch.
Sure.
We have to deliver a product at the end of the day. I mean, we confuse sports at times and thinking it's just about the game. It's a product. People come to watch a product.
Yeah. It's a whole day.
They want to be entertained. You know, you're not going to pay your money and come on a Saturday just to see your team lose. I mean, it's okay to lose, but how are you losing? Are you playing well in your losses? You know what I mean? And at times, I think we lost in ways that were just disgraceful and
Corey, at home.
you know. Hey, Sky. The fans at AB Right, I think it's up to us, the players in the union, to create a better product going into next year's Super Rugby season.
10-6.
Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
avoid confirming
Rob.
that 10-6. But that's a reality,
Okay,
though.
Rob, it's okay.
Because how much social media and Shark's Facebook page comments do you guys read?
Look,
Well, not just Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
As a player.
Be honest.
As a
Because
player.
there's
As a player.
the press conference answer and then there's the honest answer.
Yeah, we are sitting at home,
we're
we're just
watching
chilling, we're watching rugby.
Yeah.
So tell us, I mean, we're just friends of rugby.
Yeah.
Your friends, just sharing. I mean, I had to talk with the Bafana guys, and they were called my banners at the Africa Cup of Nations. So,
No, I mean, we do watch the comments, to be honest. We do watch them. We encourage not to.
yeah.
Especially this year, we were encouraged not to because the Sharks.
So they actually encourage you not.
I mean, come on. It can really mess with your mind. I mean, imagine Sky, someone saying, Sky is terrible. Why is he playing week in, week out? And you've seen that every week.
Yeah.
How are you going to play on the weekend? You know all these people are about to say these things about you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's... Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to stay away.
I got a question for you. What's the worst comment you've ever read about yourself?
Yo, it was...
The worst comment.
Nah, I'll never forget this. It's under 20.
Yeah?
I was with the junior box, and there was a picture that the junior box uploaded on me on Facebook, Instagram, and someone commented and said, yo, here's another Kota player.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yo, wow.
Oh,
You know what
wow.
I mean? Here's another Kota player.
Aish.
And the hurtful part about that is, it's not so much the comment, it's, the guy doesn't know me over a bar of soap.
Yeah.
He probably never even seen me play.
Yeah.
But he just assumed, because he saw the picture, that it has to be a Kota player.
Just for the color.
Exactly.
And that's what I always say, that when you get the IRB confirming Giant G as being the best young talent in the world,
Yeah.
Yep.
they're looking at what you're doing on the field.
Yes.
And that is it.
Yes. Yeah.
And they give you the award. And it was the first time South Africa had gotten that award, in any case.
Yes.
So then what does that say? You're not saying it's the first black player.
Now
You're
it's-
saying it's the first South African player to get recognition at that level at IRB.
But you're
And
right.
you've got to walk away from that and say, guys, done. At Jongi Nokwe, again, 4 tries scored against Australia
yeah.
at Ellis Park. Not first black, but first South African, you know. So then you get all these people that say what, you know, whatever junk they throw at you. It's like, you don't even know half of it.
You see,
You know.
Rob, you always get this mentality about South Africans. Like those videos that they put on Facebook.
Yeah.
You have China policemen marching nicely, and then you only have a South African when you have, hey, Mabena. You see, so people will always have
we
that.
create
Because I remember even
negative
last year, we had the same thing when
Yeah.
we went to London. We had so many comments about women's rugby. People asking, where are the white people? These girls are not fit, they're unconditioned. See, it was just commenting. They said bad things about us as women because it was our first time coming back from since 2014. So you always have that perception about South Africans, how everything that South Africans do.
But isn't that the same thing about like Serena Williams, where people comment about her physicality as opposed to what
what
she
I
does
mean?
on the tennis court?
What does it have to
I
do
mean,
with
how-
anything?
She's just about to break a record. She doesn't have to do it now. She's got the time to do it. Just needs one. And again, they forget that that record was not all professional games that were there, because back then it was semi-professional and then went into professional. Hers is purely as a professional. You
And
know.
one interesting thing that I don't know if you guys know Oxenchair.
Yes.
That he once said. He said, irregardless of how good he might be or might ever be, he will always be regarded as a Kota player. Sure. That's hurtful.
That is heavy. But that is, I suppose, in trying to deal with the realities of rugby in SA, it's where we had to be. The Herschel last week.
Yep.
How much of that is due to coaches not giving him a fair chance at the time that he was supposed to be given a fair chance?
Yeah.
And only now realizing, and everybody's singing his praises now, but he's been that good all along. You know, it's almost like, no, just keep him there. No, let's change positions, so that you try and weaken his resolve as far as his strongest position. And that's what they've done, through time. Then you can say, quota player. And the person's not, he's a deserving player.
Exactly.
But that's why you celebrate debuts like the Yankees, the way he played last week, because everyone would expect Chris Ryan to start.
100%.
Then you see that, because if Hersh Yankees has the worst game of his life, worst game, gets pulled off after 45 minutes, then it goes back to this whole transformation thing. Why did he start the first time? All of a sudden, the Oaks scores 2 tries in the best game of his life.
Conversation changes.
It changes.
Yeah.
It changes.
But conversation, okay, I think they're trying to make a decision there with Faf.
Yeah, I don't think Faf is coming back on, huh?
I don't think so.
I think the body language there kind of shows negative vibes.
But that's one thing they and I've seen it so many times, Rob. I coach rugby here in KZN at school level. And
coachy.
Mr. Versatile.
Versatile man.
The versatile man. Yeah?
And I've seen this, the whole concussion head assessment thing. It's good that they're taking it so seriously.
Yeah.
Because there were times where your best player gets concussed. It's a 5-point game. That boy must carry on playing.
He's coming back on.
That boy, he'll finish the game 100%. Yeah, and he missed another one. Yeah. Anyway, he'll finish the game 100%, but then you get the cases of Patrick Lambie.
Yeah.
Where you end your career at 28 because of concussion. So I'm happy how serious they are about concussion.
Yeah.
I've seen the head assessment test they do. It's so basic. You fail one thing.
Yeah.
Game over.
So what is it?
It's not 98%. It has to be 100%.
So what are they asking you?
You've done it, yeah.
Where are we playing?
Where
What's the score?
And then they'll say maybe red, green, turquoise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
You do the whole.
Then you do the whole test, and at the end they'll ask you what are the colors that I told you in the beginning in the same order.
Hey.
So I mean,
And then because you start to doubt yourself, was it like, was he trying to stay on and play?
I must tell you a story. Last year, was it this year? Sri Lanka Proteas.
Yes.
Friday, test match, Castle Corner. I'm playing rugby on Saturday. Playing for DRSU. Good game, game. Started the game, but I spent the whole Friday at Castle Corner. So.
say no more.
So I jumped in the line out. But the engine now is.
Yeah.
I look on the bench and there's no one there.
So I have to carry on?
Hey! I carry on, but I'm not with I. No. This, the beer from yesterday, it's here now. And then I go down. And and listen, kids, don't do this at all. I go down, and the easiest thing is just to say I took a knock to the head. One of the physios comes on. She's a final, I think 4th or 5th year student at UK that didn't do physio. So she comes on. She's like, "Oh my word, what's wrong?" Because the game is carrying on, but I'm just lying on the ground. I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
She comes up to me. So it's her, the paramedics, and the paramedics are there. So I'm like, it's my head, whatever. And then they go away. They try to put me, because the first thing, they try to put you on a board.
Yes.
I'm like, no, I'm fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I get up, I start walking, and I whisper to the chief, I'm like, by the way, I'm absolutely fine. Engine is gone. So I tell them, I'm like, you're going to do the head assessment now?
Yeah.
I will fail it.
Yeah. Just as a warning.
I'm about to cost the team now. It was like a 26-24 game win, and I'm like, and I'm about to cost the team now. So, so sometimes you can use it.
You'll include that in your book, that's for sure. Eh? We'll remind you of that chapter.
Yeah, I won't mention names. So.
Yeah, but some guys will fail it even without being concussed.
Yeah. No, but I guess
so they're walking around concussed generally in life.
Especially when you have to repeat those 5 things on the letters that you say.
Man, we're trying to take the heat off what we're seeing here, though. But I mean, it's still dominance, though, from New Zealand. The way Yes, they're still doing well. Consistent.
There we go.
Consistently bad handling from them.
I think New Zealand, before they play Australia next week, are going to do hand drills for the whole week. They're just going to pass the ball to each other.
I mean, it's funny that the All Blacks are making
I
handling
know,
balls,
it's
Terrible. It's terrible, hey?
the most chilled man on the planet.
Steve Hansen.
I think his son looks like him.
Have you seen him change the facial expression?
Nah.
You see him smile.
They all like that.
No,
Yeah.
Steve Hansen is too much.
Did you see the
It gives
press
very
conference
little away, though,
when
hey?
Graham
Very
Hen-
little. Very little.
when Graham Hendry retired, when he said, when he announced his retirement before, I think it was that 2011 World Cup, after he won it. 2011. So you see his press conference. He walks in, you must see it on YouTube. He walks in, sits down. And usually when you're retiring, you have a speech.
Yes.
Protocol observed, everything. He walked in, sat down. Yeah, good to see all of you here. Just want to say I've had enough.
Yes.
Just won the World Cup after 8 years of trial. Yeah, I've had enough. So this is my last season as an All Blacks coach. Done.
Oh. I just had enough.
It's not looking good, man.
He would have retired in 2007.
Yeah.
Remember what happened in France? And
Yeah.
I really think he would have retired then. But obviously, they would have gone on a high. Won in 2011. He literally walked in, I've had enough, walked out.
Yeah. Talking about having had enough. This man has been tweeting the whole morning. You know when somebody drives from Richards Bay to come and join...
It's the Haka man.
This is the Haka man.
I'm good, and you?
Hey, Tada.
Welcome, Sia.
Hey.
Good to see you, man.
Good.
I think there could be a good scrum that's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah,
There could be
including you,
a
man.
proper scrum that's happening here.
Are you taking wrong? You said
No. Well, I played as a lock before.
You lied?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, we got 2 locks here. It's all right. See that?
Really?
Are you
Seriously.
sure it wasn't prop?
No. I was a lock with Bobby Skinstead for a good season.
you played with Bobby.
Yeah.
Hilton boy, Jay.
Yeah.
Looks like you played everything.
Hilton boy.
Soccer, basketball, rugby,
Hilton
everything.
boy. Yo.
No, Bobby was my lock partner.
Yeah.
I know my ears survived it though. I don't have the cauliflower ears though.
I'm still
They-
safe as well. I'm still safe.
Honestly speaking,
Yeah,
black people don't get cauliflower ears.
they don't get.
Aye.
Nah.
Who?
No, it's right. They don't.
Uganda Petso. Aye. He's a rare case.
Yeah, he's a rare case though.
Look at Beast. Beast is ears are
Hey.
Look at the man, obviously.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see.
What do you mean? Look at the man. What do you mean?
Manupi is not.
You
No,
wouldn't
but
see his sky.
he's well conditioned though. Even his ears are that. I mean, what's his name? It was Val Botman who had ears like.
Stay down, Brody.
Score.
Yeah, this doesn't look.
Yeah, it's bad for
It's okay.
one. Yeah, but we don't celebrate injuries, but yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it, to be honest.
Oh.
Absolutely nothing
I
wrong.
mean, we'll go and review
Same man.
Yeah.
He wasn't really. He was just
the
there.
landing.
Nah, I think it was a contact.
Yeah,
Was it
shoulder,
from contact?
Definitely shoulder.
Oh, it's a shoulder.
Definitely shoulder.
Probably dislocated.
Yeah, just pop it back in, mate. Strap it up, let's go.
Reckon he'll play? No ways,
If it was a World Cup final, he'll strap it and play.
dude. That was no.
If
I
it's
don't
just
think
pop
so.
it back in.
You've got Scott Barron on the bench, hey?
No. Oh, it is it? No. Who's coming on now? Revive Fafita.
So yeah, I mean, you're a big football man. What's your rugby experience been like?
Only the first time watching it. I didn't like watching it with people.
Yeah.
So I've never really been a fan, but looks so far so good.
When you think rugby, who's the first player that comes to your mind?
Rather the first coach,
Okay, first coach.
Peter de Villiers.
For us, it's either John Olomi.
It's just
Williams is running back.
Not that one.
Clearly.
The one who took us to
Jake
the World
White.
Cup. And that man,
Yeah. And Jake
Yeah.
White.
Where is he now?
Yeah. Uphamile sambani sifuna ukuzwa awuzwa wayibambe kanjalo mfana umdala hey bakhala ekhaya bathi hey
But I
bathi nangumalume boshiye ekuseni lapha asamuzwa kodwa uthini manje
Where is he?
we got it
it's a 1-point game.
okay you were supposed to jump up and down there Sia. That's getting us back into the game.
Oh, okay.
That is getting us definitely
Can I also dance?
No, we're going to get you guys to dance at the end of this game
I
because...
said if the Springboks win.
What do you mean if they win? When they win?
When they win. Okay.
When?
Yeah, come on.
My bad. Sorry. Boys.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Not
sorry,
sure
boys.
who you're supporting, yeah?
What do you mean, G?
Remember, we're still kind of okay with her score prediction. 27-12.
Like,
Although time is ticking by.
Rob, just looking at the team, I see Archie Snyman is on. I see the Beast is on.
Yeah.
I see, is that Francis Stein? I see Francis Stein is on.
Yeah.
Trevor Nyankane is on.
Sorry,
Like
I'm
only
so
Russian
happy
up
about
now.
Russian Yankees. I mean, you see his box kick.
He's got a quality box kick, huh?
All the basics are there, my man. You know what I mean?
It's crazy how Herschel Yankees 2 years ago was playing varsity shield for UWC.
Yeah.
For UWC.
WC.
Against
Shield.
Forte.
Shield.
He was playing against Forte.
out.
Just shows you the depth we also have.
I think
in
I
the
need to
country
play
as
rugby,
well,
eh?
think about it.
No.
It's
Yeah,
player
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
No, I
talent
think he
and
would.
Good for rugby.
Yeah, I
the
think I
lack
need to play
of
rugby
people
now,
not
And that's the thing, though. There would be a
identify
position for.
There are so many
and that's
Herschel
the,
Yankees, dude. There
when
are
you're on the
so
line,
many.
you've got to be in a certain peak fitness condition.
Yeah.
When you're in the scrum, you can be comfortable being like this. There's no problem.
I was so surprised when James got the start here.
Obviously,
I
they
thought
say
this
what
was
they
gonna
call
start.
the Moy boys will play your fly half and your
Oh shit, Colby
So
doesn't
they
let
won't
it
have
go
a
back. Oh
they
my-
won't have a problem with my Mkhabanyana.
never. In fact, that'll be an added plus in the pack.
If we don't win
So
this
long
game,
as his girlfriend's
there's
going to be
nothing wrong
okay
with
with him coming home and
be honest.
oh, this
Pains.
and that
Literally
and
giving us
that
a
and that. You.
Full-time massage.
Man,
don't
when
worry.
I seen,
You'll be taken
did you
care
play
of.
last week?
It's his province.
Hopefully Zinhla will find me one, eh?
Because
Zinho's got the connections here, I'm telling you.
No comments.
So it's Kuni and Johnny right now.
We all queuing up and lining up there, submitting
CVs.
CVs today.
Zaman.
no, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
I'll come to you.
should be playing.
Zangmin. It's going to be a rugby.
Ah, it's fine.
I mean, what does it help us with the local one right now?
Oh my word, how bad is that? That's a pressure kick.
Yeah.
Oh, well, kicking to Ben Smith.
Oh, Aaron Smith is on for the All Blacks.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
Come on, Herschel. Look at that, boy.
Oh, spot tackle. Look at that.
Up boy.
Fantasy UWC.
You taps.
How come on, you're Robo Gale Fort, and then 2 years' time you're playing in Wellington against the All Blacks?
shield, Baba,
You're
shield.
playing not even varsity
Yeah,
cup.
Well, I guess it's like a pure Diante as well. He played Kopsi's rugby.
Yeah, oh,
I think
yeah.
2 or 3 years ago.
No, up here played UJ,
But that's what I'm
no,
saying,
not-
guys,
not
that
Kopsi's,
it's...
Kose's rugby.
and then went to varsity cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not at Kose's.
Utrevor Sadlana and I went varsity shield, they went to CUT. And then I saw him. I did the stadium announcing for Springboks last year.
Yeah.
I saw him and I started talking. What's in mina? What's in that? Are we gonna land? You can't tell me to die. It's like Khaled. When no number 18 years I was on the page. But number 18 get I made up for it. Because you know how varsity shield is. You play for 80 minutes and then afterwards it's the biggest party on a Monday. On a Monday. The biggest party and Sussex said you have to wake up early, you're getting a flight, like red eye and
But again,
Nah, it's epic though.
one of the best moments I saw, we were playing in Cape Town. I think Wits was playing Maltese,
yeah.
Becker was playing against Ikes, and we were playing with WC. We get to the airport 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not joking. Boarding gate, like, and everyone's sitting. Vits, UKZN, picker. We're all on our books. We're writing. You know? When you land, I think that's why they make sure you don't fly back at 12 in the afternoon on Tuesday.
Yeah.
First flight's out. You have to go to varsity the next day. Life carries on. And I just got, and everyone is just, you can see, I know that varsity cup, varsity show thing.
No, but it's been a great revelation. I just think for revolutionizing rugby in the country, for me, second to none.
See,
and when you see sponsorships as well coming on board the way that they've done in varsity rugby, there's Zuri Chige man, who's a small shot.
Yeah, I'm here. Who's a catcher too? I sharpshooter.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I sharpshooter.
Have you guys seen who's Zintle? Where's Zintle?
My PP is going to score a try just now. Just now.
Where's Zintle?
On my left. On my
Where's
left.
Zintle?
On my left.
Is
Guys,
she still?
it's still early. I think we have like
Next to
20
the flower.
minutes before
Next to the flower. There's a
We
flower
have
here.
like 20 minutes before
No,
the
but
game.
And then 27-12 was...
Yeah.
Guys, you need to believe anything is possible. How?
Aish.
Just 1, 2
Realistic
tries.
believer.
One from PP, one from...
Yeah, but would you not say it's slipping away somehow, or not?
No, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
No, but be honest.
No,
Not emotional. Be honest.
what a momentum.
Yeah, I think they are... But I did say New Zealand second half, they always bring
No,
it
but
on.
then,
They
but
always-
you never came back to say you want to change your score
No, I'm
prediction.
not changing my score, guys. I'm still there.
Okay, but then how do they wrestle the game back?
New Zealand.
How does South Africa wrestle this game back?
I think there's loopholes, especially on the end. That's where, from what I've seen, that's
Yeah.
where New Zealand is actually scoring from the outside, because they are tracking players from the inside, from the centers, and then there's a space upward where they're able to actually penetrate and everything.
Right.
So,
I mean, is there a definite game plan change since getting back from?
getting back.
Yeah.
Oh, to be honest, I just haven't seen. I haven't seen any change.
Yeah.
Because they've been pushing up a lot, of which they were doing that the first half as well.
Go
So
Billy.
it's still the same old, same old. That's why I was asking, what did the coach say to them? Because I don't think there's much different from how they were playing the first half.
But they're just looking more comfortable. Yeah, the errors are still there. Running it a bit more. We didn't see much of that in that first half.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many loopholes now compared to the first half. There's so many holes in between and also outside of the wings. Look at them now. Look now. There's no one. My PP is inside.
Aye.
Tackle him, come on.
I think we should have.
That's holding on. That's
should
a
have won
penalty.
it
Come on.
first half. Yeah, we should have won it because I've seen.
Rob, I got a question for you, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's on our on the comments here on Marawa TV, and it's a good question actually.
Hey.
Are the All Blacks holding back or have we improved?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Are the All Blacks holding back or have we improved? Second half. Or
I think they're looking at the scoreline.
I think they have improved, the All Blacks. That much we can't even argue. I mean, I'll try and have a quick look at what the stats looks like, but you don't even have to look at them. You don't have to look at the numbers
territory is
game.
all on All Blacks.
On the All Blacks,
The running game is with them. They're switching play pretty quickly as well. The ball handling, markedly positive. We weren't seeing that in the first half.
Yeah.
We weren't seeing that in the first half. We weren't seeing that in the first half. You know, so for me, there is a definite marked improvement. We're going to have to rely on that man's boot again, somehow. There's going to have to be a miracle kick somehow
Ball
in this
possession,
game.
second half. Yeah.
Now
What
we
is
need
it
a moment
reading like?
Territory.
We
Territory,
3
yeah.
New Zealand, 37 South
Tackles.
Africa. Well,
Yeah.
We've made more than enough tackles, just that we're not
But
getting
that's,
hold of the ball.
you're on the back foot
And
then.
we need someone to spark up the game.
Yeah.
It's dying down. We just need a spark. Someone needs to break the line somewhere.
It's because you said earlier, deny SA the ball and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Now, on that premise,
Guys, you can't
we're fighting, we're trying hard now to get it.
Yeah.
And New Zealand are kind of playing that psychological game of saying, come get it if you can.
Then we
Because
just lost the line out.
The issue now is
how do we lose that line out?
we're conceding
Is
penalties as
Umbanambi
well.
on?
Wow. Yeah, he's on.
Yeah.
We need a good bounce.
Oh.
5 meter scrum.
Taken over.
Oh.
Aige.
Okay, the coach is
5 meter scrum, All Blacks. Aige. With the what? A 15 meter blind side.
No. They don't have a blind.
When we lost that line
But
out,
that's
guys.
our defensive
I
system.
check, they do. They have like a 8 meter blind. Eh?
The defensive system, though, that's why I'm a bit wary about it.
It always looks like the All Blacks win or lose in the second half. Ngathi mangena we change room khona main switch enyuswayo.
second half.
Main switch and I don't
Activate.
It's okay, guys, did I say?
The only time I didn't see the main switch was when they lost to Ireland. 49, I think,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
In
Honestly,
America.
it looks like... No, when they lost... No, no.
Which one? The American
That
test
was
or
Soldiers Field, Chicago. No, that was an exhibition game. When they lost to Ireland in Belfast,
Yeah.
I get a man. I'm not getting it. Holding. Hi, Nick Berry.
Usasebenzisa iBlackberry.
Hi. I think now yes.
Ay.
Look, this defensive system works when we're there. Because everyone's in the line.
The one thing we've done well this game is scramble, huh?
Yes.
Yo.
First half.
The work rate has been really
Playing
good.
so well. What happened?
Oh.
Knock it on, Reed. He's a pimps.
Ball.
Yes, ball spread out.
Knocked it on.
That's a knock on, Barry. What?
Hi. Nick Berry.
That is a knock on.
Okay, now they're fighting.
I bet you Achilles Neyman is involved. I bet you...
If he is gonna come in.
But that's the heart and guts you guys were wanting here, man.
Have you seen the picture of him with the 8 Australians?
Around him.
I've seen
Yeah. I saw that. That's a classic.
And he's just laughing.
Yeah, because they try to provoke him,
Yeah.
which always happens. Now, Lawrence on Twitter, Lawrence is a black Italian. Says, is someone drinking beer already at this time?
I think Sky should answer that.
No, but then somebody did respond. Kabelo was like, it's liquid breakfast, man.
Oh, wow. Good answer.
What a good answer.
And it's 9 p.m. in New Zealand, so I'm working on New Zealand time.
You're drinking in New Zealand time. Bakulethela amaqanda mfana. Hey.
Hey, see? Okay,
That's a knock on.
no, my pimpy ripped that out.
No, Nick
No,
Berry
he
was.
didn't rip that out.
I think he did. He did, huh?
Yeah.
With one arm.
My pimpy ripped it out.
Aish.
How? Ooh, someone's gonna go for a yellow card.
Oh.
That's a nice one. Yes, the All Blacks seem to always find a way.
Huh?
The All Blacks.
Yep.
I mean, they were terrible today, but it just seems like they're just staying
How?
in the
6
lead.
7 minutes.
Look at you, show you. What's it? Badlala ngabi, but they have a way of just staying ahead.
Asimingeni, let's do something. Richards Bay mingling. The mingling from Richards Bay.
On behalf of the country.
Oh man. Awu enjoy nje kuthi khuleka mfana uyibambe ifoni bafonele ekhaya ubatshela ukuthi kuhamba kanjani. Sihlezi nje siyayibukela thina ungayisaba.
Check out my comments.
Ungayisaba uyibambe nje ifoni khuleka. Sidla amantongo mane la. Yeah, no. Programmed. Eish.
The defeat
Wonder
is
where is
fine,
Zintle, Rob?
Zintle has gone too
Where is
quiet.
Zintle? What happened to
We have a
Zintle?
medical team somewhere.
Guys.
First aid
How
to
many minutes do you have
resuscitate.
I think there's an
Guys, it's
hospital.
still early.
Just here, no?
Just here.
No, but we need.
5 minutes.
It's still early. There's 6
5
minutes
minutes.
left.
Your word count. Remember, my phone's got an app that has a word count. Your word count in the second half has been as shocking as what we're seeing from this team playing in the second half.
Yeah, it has
you've-
been.
your
I'm
words
not
have
sure what
dried out.
happened. I'm not sure what happened. But I did say.
Come
New
on, you
Zealand
vice captain. You're supposed to be
always-
motivating us.
I did say they know that. Everyone knows that second half New Zealand will always show up. So they should have a plan for their second half. You cannot not have a plan, especially when playing against these guys.
Is it just been happening for you? Is no one has a plan for them in the second half?
I'm looking for the switch.
Hey, Uspi was saying, where are the snacks on the table? There's only water and empty glasses.
Empty glasses. Salamans.
Huh? What's next? Hey,
Njena kuhiyo makunje.
akudliwa bethu sidla inzipho. Well
Mr.
good.
Tacos.
Yeah?
Drop from the sea.
Spiro, there's magic muffins coming down here, my friend. You know, right now there's a muffin machine here.
Come on, Robert.
The light.
I thought you played
Didn't you
rugby.
play lock? Yes. Can't even.
You can't even
no.
catch.
That came the wrong way.
I'm on proteas.
Siyahlephulelana-ke manje. Is this part of your diet? No?
It's Saturday, so it's fine.
Okay. You
Wow.
can break it. Sorry, she
So
eats.
there's no
But I don't think,
orosnyana.
I don't think you
that's
should
gonna come
have
from.
it.
No.
It's
Not
not
now.
looking good here, so I don't think you should have this. But
So we encourage you at home as well. Just go to the fridge, do something while we try and see what these last 3 minutes are going to be like.
Guys, we haven't held
So you
the ball
decided
this
to
whole
give
half.
Zinhle, and Zinhle decided to give me another half.
you must give
I
it.
told you, there's lots of love this side.
Okay, we don't
Uma
have
ngabe
enough
siyang
time.
mayangidasula phela.
Hayi,
Oh,
You need to try it, dog.
yeah.
hayi. Wait, Papa Ili played for the Blues.
Blues, yeah. No, it's good, bro.
They have this, their succession plan here is so amazing. Like, who would have thought Shannon Frizzell would be the All Blacks number 6?
But you know why? You know why, Sky?
Yeah.
I think their pool talent is not as big as ours. So
Yeah.
if you identify someone as being good enough to play there one day,
You have to promise them.
and put you work on them, you improve them. And the thing that if this guy's not performing next week, I can pick someone else.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna do the job as well. If that guy's not performing, Zohaman, if I still, hey, you guys have a player there for me. You know what I mean?
You never thought Uguti having such a pool of talent would actually be a bad thing.
Because we can't manage it.
Yeah, because you can't manage it.
We are a
Okay, we don't
down
have
up
enough time.
organization instead of top down.
thought
They
of
work
Benjo
top
Rugby,
down.
yeah.
So New Zealand rugby controls
quite nice,
everything and
especially
tells the
when
unions what to do.
Yeah.
Tina, everyone does whatever they want.
Having
Hopefully
some
it works out for the box. And that's why we just don't work
drinks
out.
here.
Yeah, Tina, we're a definition of a pig. Want to get pig or so?
But there's no biltong
Hey,
here.
No?
There's no biltong here. What happened to biltong?
Kufanele ulethe inyama
Who's
mfana.
Rob?
Siyithanda inyama yomile.
Let's go, Trevor. Let's go. Yes, Trevor.
You know it's bad when you celebrate winning a penalty scrum. But, you know, take it.
Now, as a pup, those are moments. those are
We're
the
looking at the
moments you
clock
live
there,
for.
but
You look for those moments, bro.
Pretty bad.
It's not out.
That's out.
Oh my
It
goodness.
crossed the curtain. The new law says
Oh, to the curtain, just
Yeah.
lying land of it.
it's an imaginary
That's right.
line.
Oh.
It's an imaginary plane that goes up. It did cross the line.
Oh, is that George Bridge? Come on, Bonambi.
Come on, boys.
Thank you for winning the one.
well done, Archie.
Come on, boys. This is what we know. Let's mold them.
Is it,
It's not looking good.
is it too late? Is it too late, guys? Is it too late?
Never too
To
late, Rob.
apologize.
Never too late, Rob.
Ooh.
You said we wanted a try. We needed a try.
We need a try. We absolutely need a try.
90 seconds to play. What can they build here in these dying moments?
There's no one at the rock.
Zinhle, I'm worried about
Yes,
you.
Rob.
I'm worried about you. I love the noise that you're giving in the first half.
It's because I'm too focused now.
I can tell, but you're also
Let's go.
disappointed.
Yes.
Come on.
There's
What are you
Zinhle.
saying, Rob?
There's Zinhle coming alive. Knock on, no?
I think he knocked it on.
No, it's not a knock on.
No, but
It is not a knock
he
on.
caught it. It didn't go
it is not a
down. He
knock-on.
caught it.
This guy's not a knock on.
He caught it. It didn't go down as he
I
caught
think
it.
he did.
Oi, no. Let's use technology here, guys. Let's not mess
actually-
around.
What do you reckon, Rob?
No,
I think he knocked
I
it
think
on.
we've got it, man. I
that's
think
a
we've
try.
got it.
Hey, TMO Peter, now we come.
No, I think we've got this one.
Hey,
Whew.
Oh my. So, Rob, as you say.
let's see.
I was prompting you.
It's never too late.
Onto his face.
But then he takes it again.
Yeah.
It didn't go down. Yes.
Ooh.
Please,
That angle.
let the gods be with us.
No, calm down, guys. It's a try.
Nah, it's a try.
It is.
He's got it.
He didn't touch it. He didn't
I
touch it.
didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. Didn't touch it. Didn't touch it.
But it's the interpretation, guys. Remember.
That's what Yankees again.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, remember, it's the interpretation.
No, he didn't touch
Nah,
it.
No, I know, but hey, remember where we are.
But also, what's the question? Is it give me a reason not to award the try, or is it
He didn't touch it.
off
Off
to
his
face?
face, yeah.
No.
Come on!
Look at that.
Yo! Yeah, Sergio Yankees is... He's there.
Yo,
It's never too late.
Pressure Yankees.
It's never too late.
Okay, now this guy must get this conversion. Ish.
Nah, pull up.
Nah, showcase.
Any day
No,
of the week.
it's an easy conversion.
Nah,
no.
any day of the
Remember
week.
what you said earlier on, eh?
Any day of the week.
And that was easier than this one.
I was just thinking,
He's going to get it.
this is what you need going to the World Cup. A team that knows. 2 minutes
how
to
to
go,
switch it
they
up.
can still score. These are the moments.
Guys,
Hey, there's no nerve jangling here. It's an easy kick. Come.
guys.
Come. Come.
Yo.
Come on, Pollard.
The mingling society is here.
Pollard.
Just blaming.
The mingling society is here.
Come on, Pollard.
I'm not even going to look at it.
Come on!
On it.
Come on!
Oh,
Now I
How
can
much
take
is time
one.
is okay?
Now I can take one.
It's not relaxed.
Guys, you know what's the thing though?
What?
We top of the log. Because we got 5 points in the first.
Yes. That's why we need
So if we beat Argentina, even if they beat...
it's a guarantee.
It's a guarantee.
We're going to beat Argentina.
What a game. 16... Hey! Hey!
far from 2017-12. but-
Cheslin Kobe.
The times of the All Blacks domination.
Oh,
It's over.
What's your Jay?
Bro,
Let's talk.
and look at that man again. Second week running.
his life will never be the same.
Second week. You can't have
I'm
this.
Mayor of Cape Town.
You can't have this,
His life will never be
guys.
the
I
same.
know. Zandlin,
The
Zandlin,
Penguin
Zandlin.
Society.
Yes, sir.
Considering where we
Your
play
boy.
and the result, it's
Come
unbelievable.
on, dude,
It's
man.
unbelievable.
Come on.
And I don't blame because he's getting all the calls right now and they celebrating because, hey?
And in
Zin,
the
how are you
second half,
feeling?
I'm okay. I'm much
I
better.
really
eh?
hope Hosha
Didn't expect this.
never has a bad game.
I know, hey? Can you imagine?
Because the day he does, you won't believe it.
And the way that he came on, remember, again, the fate, the
concussion,
injury
yeah.
to Faf, the unexpected arrival.
Or maybe Faf did what I did.
Oh, played it along
Yeah,
to say,
played along with
bring
that.
him
Yeah,
earlier.
fucking Tuan.
Hey, but it's World Cup, Baba. You can't be doing
wow,
those
that is-
stunts.
that's a massive result, eh?
Hey, Marawa TV live
Ish.
in Zimbabwe.
Oh, ish.
With the panel that we have, with the mingling society from Ricketts Bay coming through.
And Zintle is back.
And Zintle's just come alive all of a sudden.
Okay, Zintle.
Oh,
But
man,
it wasn't the
it's
best of second half,
unbelievable.
Explain your
but
27-12.
All right, she said
coming
27-12
next game.
is the result that's going to be here, guys. We're going to be wrapping up, but so much reaction. We were going to be chatting to Tando Manana, but I believe that he broke his phone. He was so angry, took his phone, smashed it somewhere. But hey, we're going to talk to one of these cell phone providers to provide you maybe with one of the older phones as well. Keep it locked. Marawa TV, thank you so much for all the interaction. Kuts, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Mpanagapia. Mama Fins, thank you so much for being here. 1616. Sia, thanks for coming through all the way from Richards Bay, Baba. I don't know if he walked here or he drove. I have no idea. He was avoiding the toll gates, but yeah, that's what exactly happened with him. Thanks for coming back to life.
thank you, Robbie.
All right, thanks to you as well. Make sure you keep the conversation going. Make sure you tell him, her, and everybody else to subscribe Marawa TV, live from Zimbabwe.
3, 2, 1, action!
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Great experience for everybody. First time for us, first time for you. And be sure that there'll be many more as well to come. Keep tuned, Marawa TV. That's the future.